And good evening. Welcome to Tyler, Texas on a beautiful last day of March 2025. This is Dr. John Groth on the Pregame Show. Got a chance to talk to both sides of this field. The head coach for the McLENNAN Highlanders is Tyler Johnson. Did not catch up with Coach Brett Doe. I did talk to Eli Edgar, the pitching coach. We'll hear from both sides of the coaching staffs on today's ball game. The Highlanders coming in on a 5-game winning streak and have won 8 of their last 10, so they're playing good baseball at this point. The Apaches are 1-4 in their last 5 ball games. They did win their last game, and the offense showed some life in the very end of the first game of the doubleheader Saturday, and then really won convincingly 10-4 in Game 2 Saturday up in Mount Pleasant against the Northeast Texas Community College Eagles. So had a chance to talk to both coaches about their seasons so far, and just about maybe some other things that we talked about with both staffs. So the McLENNAN Highlanders come into today's ball game ranked number 20 in the country. Got a brand new poll out today, and that will put the Highlanders at number 20. That's up 4 spots from last week's poll. So, little by little, they want to get back to the Junior College World Series in Grand Junction, Colorado, and they're just 1 game out of first place in the North Texas Junior College Athletic Conference. Talk about that as we go through the broadcast. But let's hear from head coach Tyler Johnson in his 3rd season right now. All right, we're out on the field before, I guess, the 3rd game of 4. Is that right?
Third one in a row.
Home and home with Tyler on alternating Mondays. And how's that worked out for you guys? You like it?
Yeah, no, I love it. These Monday games are a lot of fun just to get some different guys out there that hadn't gotten a lot of at-bats or a lot of innings, and just to continue development, which is what junior college baseball should be about.
Well, they tend to be a little less stressful because they really have no bearing on your playoff picture, but you guys are coming in playing pretty good ball. I think 5 in a row.
We have, yeah. We've won 5 in a row.
So, you're all log jammed up over there. Like, I think 5 teams within 1 game.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at it, but yeah.
I mean, it's tight, and you still got a lot of conference in front of you, as do the Apaches. But I guess talk about just how you fared in conference play so far.
Yeah, so it's really consider our conference one of the best in the country.
Yeah.
It's obviously, with everybody jumbled up like that, it's really competitive. And so every game you kind of have to manage it out, figure it out, and look at it in a super competitive every single time. It's a lot of fun.
Is it the same as the East? Are you guys top 4 go?
Yes. Top 4.
Then you guys, what do you go from there? You do the same way they do?
So similar. It's new this year. We're actually doing the regional format is going to be a best 2 out of 3. Whoever wins conference, the top 2 teams in conference will host the 3 and 4 from the West, and the same thing. Their top 2 teams will host the 3 and 4 from our side.
So it's a little different.
Yeah, best 2 out of 3. Then the 4 winners meet up the next weekend in a double elimination tournament.
So you're doing it the way UT Tyler does. You got 3-game series, and then you play a 4-game double.
Yes.
And see, that, I think, really gets you ready for the next tournament because it's tournament play. It's not 2 out of 3. So, I don't know. There's a lot of ways to skin a cat, and it's kind of cool that you got 4 teams hosting, right?
Mm-hmm,
That's kind of neat. So there's motivation to stay in those top 2 slots.
Absolutely.
So interesting. All right. Well, everyone does it a little bit different, but ultimately the goal is to get back to where you were last year.
Yes.
I want to ask you a little bit about your hitting approach because I looked at your numbers a little bit, and unlike the Apaches, you guys are hitting about 20 points higher in conference than out of conference, or than overall.
Yeah.
What kind of approach do you teach at the plate for your guys?
Yeah, number one thing is just be aggressive with the fastball. That's the biggest thing. First fastball we see, we're moving our barrel to it and trying to hit it to the big part of the field. And then after that, it's just about winning pitches. All right, we're winning pitches. We get to 2 strikes. We're still just trying to win pitches. We foul it off, move on to the next pitch. And so these guys have done a really good job of believing in it and taking it to heart and really just taking their walks overall, too, because that's a big part of it, too.
Well, I noticed that you've got 11 guys or 12 guys with 11 or more RBI, and you got 6 with 22 or more. Mm-hmm. So something's working because you're getting really good production from an awful lot of hitters. Mm-hmm. And so that's got to be rewarding for you as a coach to see that some of the things you're trying to do is, you guys are offensively really doing well this year.
Yeah, so the biggest thing is we're just teaching them to continue to put pressure on them and just set up innings. Just keep setting up innings. Eventually, one of those guys is going to come through and get a big knock, or we'll take a walk and we'll score a run, something like that. Just keep trying to set up innings, and we set up more innings throughout the game, the more runs we'll be able to score.
Well, it's working, and congrats on that. I know as a coach, sometimes you feel like some of it falls on deaf ears, but when you see some numbers actually play out, it's kind of fun to look at.
Absolutely.
So you've got 10 different pitchers with wins, only one with a save.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells me you're scoring a lot of runs early. You don't need that you don't need the back end of the bullpen. But talk about your pitching and how that's kind of played itself out.
Yeah, so it's been an interesting rotation of a bunch of different guys in there, which has been a lot of fun actually. So we can kind of manage some games out, play a little bit more matchups and different things like that, and at the same time make sure guys are staying in rhythm and getting to throw multiple times a week and getting on the mound a bunch and going through it.
Well, I gotta believe in the long run, Tyler, that's going to get you ready for a place like Grand Junction or that 4-team tournament at the end, right?
That's the hope.
Because you're not just counting on A, B, C, D.
Mm-hmm.
You've got, and it keeps guys on their toes, right?
It does.
They're competitive, and hey, you're only as good as your last outing, kind of thing. And so, I don't know. It's interesting. Everyone does it a little bit different, but numbers don't lie. And when you're doing as well as you guys are, one game out of first, and you only got one dude with a save, that tells me something.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure if I figured it totally out yet, but it's just fun to look at numbers and talk to coaches about how they approach different aspects of the game.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We got a beautiful night for baseball. Tyler, thanks for taking a few minutes.
Absolutely, thank you.
We'll look forward to I guess we're not going to talk again. So
yeah,
I wish you the best. I hope
you.
that you guys get to Grand Junction. Obviously, I'm rooting for Brett to have a nice run at the end here and make some noise. And so if we don't see each other, best of wishes this year.
Thank you.
Say hi to your dad for me.
I will.
All right, thanks. All right, big shout out to Brett, to Tyler Johnson. He's down at home plate talking the ground rules over with Coach Doe and the umpires for today's ball game. I didn't get a chance to catch up with Coach Doe, but I did talk to Eli Edgar, the pitching coach. Let's hear from him right now about the Apaches so far this season. All right, we're here with Eli Edgar, pitching coach for the Apaches, and another Monday game with McLENNAN. They're a really good club, and I've talked to Brett and to Tyler about this, and I don't know if I've talked to you about it, but I think it's a really positive thing that you're playing quality opponents, non-conference. What are your thoughts on how these Mondays are playing out, and how does that play into your role as pitching coach? You got to manage that a little bit because got 3 games to deal with here conference-wise this week. Talk a little bit about that, playing a quality opponent and getting the guys you want out on that mound tonight.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think our style of philosophy, or our scheduling philosophy, is we want to play the best people all the time.
Right.
And so the standard doesn't change, even though you're not throwing your number one arm, but neither are they.
Right.
So
right, exactly.
It's good because this game, in the grand scheme of things, only means a lot, in World Series implications, but that's a long ways from now. So we're gonna, it's much better to stay sharper playing good teams all the time.
100% agree that these guys were where everyone wants to be last year. They got a bunch of guys that played in Grand Junction last end of the spring. So it's great for our program to be challenged by teams that are like that, and obviously the goal is to be one of those teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
100%.
Okay, so we're kind of coming through a little bit of a tough stretch in terms of the results that are happening, and I know that you and I have talked a little bit about how the pitching has really kind of maintained a pretty steady state. The offense, I saw at the end of that first game Saturday, something happened, and then you guys just kind of took off. You feel like the offense has maybe found their footing a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we'll find out. It is junior college baseball, so 18 to 20-year-olds, find out who shows up playing hard. But I think we are trending in the right direction offensively. And the thing that we've talked about our guys all the time is, every run matters, whether it's offense, on the mound, defensively. And so I think our guys kind of saw, like, hey, if we can find a way to keep them, to a couple zeros earlier in the game, when we score some late runs, it's like that could be a big difference. So every run's important, and so I think the importance of finding, we've got some 2-out hits, we got drove some guys in with runners on base the other day, and hopefully keep this thing continuing.
Well, you came up just a little bit short in that game 1. But man, something carried over, and you guys are able to really kind of put some offense together mid to late part of that game. And obviously, baseball is a little bit of a momentum game. Obviously, it's 0-0 when we start here, but there's a mindset, and you guys have had some success here at Mike Carter, 13-5 at home. So there's something about playing here that suits you guys well. All right, let's shift gears a little bit. And who is going to get the ball to start this game? And are we going to kind of Johnny Holstaff it again?
Yeah, we'll go with a lot of guys. Dylan Davenport's going to get the ball to start the game. Okay. Freshman, he started a couple times earlier this year, or maybe only once, but he's thrown in some midweek stuff, and his stuff is really good. But we're going to use a lot of guys today.
All right, well, we'll look forward to doing that. Eli, a beautiful night, and it's a night game at Mike Carter.
Heck
Isn't that fun?
Turn the lights
on.
Yeah, turn the lights on. Two good teams, cool place. This is going to be awesome.
Thanks for your time.
That's what baseball's all about. Thank you. Go Apaches.
On the last day of March, it's Monday Night Baseball in East Texas.
All right, we are just a few moments from first pitch. Dr. John Groth with you. The Apaches have taken the field, and let's walk you through the lineup for tonight's ball game. Here's the lineup for the McLennan Highlanders. They are 22-10 overall, 10-6 in conference play, led by third-year head coach Tyler Johnson. Here's the lineup Coach Johnson has put down for tonight's game. Leading off is a designated hitter, Marcus Smith. Batting second, the second baseman, Spencer Butt. Batting third is the center fielder, McLean Helton. Batting cleanup, the catcher, A.J. Gatia. Batting fifth is the left fielder, Daniel Harden. Batting sixth is the first baseman, Dayton LaChance. Batting seventh is the shortstop, Cage McLeod. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Ty Wade. And batting ninth for the Highlanders, right fielder, Walker Freeman. Starting pitcher for the Highlanders is Hawk Bowers. Defensively for the Apaches, Levi Reisenhoover in left, Troy Johnson in center, Preston Newberry in right field tonight. Landry Stamps gets the nod at third base for the Apaches. Nico Ruedis at short, Zach Zavala at second, Gabe Flores at first, Finn Kayala behind the plate, and on the mound, 5'10", 170, a right-handed freshman from Carthage, Texas, Dylan Davenport. For Dylan, this will be outing number 4 of the year, his third start. 0-0 with a 6.00 ERA, 3 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, opposing hitters hitting 200 off the freshman from Carthage, Dylan Davenport. We're going to go just a hair late tonight. Highlanders and the Apaches getting ready to score off in some night baseball here at Mike Carter Field. Davenport going for the full windup, and swing and a miss. We're underway. Strike one. And strike one is at 6:01, so not too bad. 74 degrees here at the ballpark. 44% humidity. North-northeast wind, 6 to 7 miles an hour. That's going to go out to right field. That ball's pretty well hit. Left center, that ball's carrying toward the wall. And running it down is Reisenhoover right in front of the fence for out number 1. Long fly ball out to Levi Reisenhoover. And there's one up and one down in the McLennan first inning. Now it's Spencer Butt, the second baseman, that will step in from the left side. Glad you're with us. If you're in the area, get out here. It's a beautiful night to watch some baseball. Still got time. We're playing a real baseball game tonight, a full 9-inning affair. Don't always do that. Tonight it's full 9. First pitch misses, 1-0. Ground ball, second base. Zavala scoops it, throws it, 2 outs. So Bud grounds out to second. Here's McLean Helton, the center fielder. Step in with 2 outs, nobody aboard. McLean Helton, freshman, 6'2", 185, out of Houston, Texas. He'll also step in from the left side. First pitch misses on a fastball. Well, those shadows will creep as the sun drops behind the first base dugout here. And pretty good breaking ball, just a bit high perhaps. 2-0. Left side infielders and left fielders will have to deal with some sunlight here in a minute. Ground ball to short. This is Ruedis up with it. And there's your inning. Couple of ground balls and a deep fly ball to left. And it's a easy first inning for Dylan Davenport. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. A 0 on the board. It's McLennan 0 and the Apaches coming to the plate. Okay, let's walk you through the Tyler lineup as we get ready to play the bottom of inning number 1. The Apaches 20-16 on the season, 7-11 in conference play. That's good for 6th place in the Region 14 North Conference. Here's the lineup that first-year head coach Brett Porsche has put down. Brett Doe. I got the UT Tyler coach's name in my head coach thing there, so got UT Tyler on the brain. Brett Doe in his first season for the Apaches is assisted by Eli Edgar. Here's the lineup that Coach Doe has put down for tonight's ball game. Leading off is the second baseman, Zach Zavala. Batting second, right fielder, Preston Newberry. Batting third is the third baseman, Landry Stamps. Batting cleanup, the catcher, Finn Kayala. Batting fifth, center fielder, Troy Johnson. Batting sixth, left fielder, Levi Reisenhuber. Batting seventh is a designated hitter, Grayson Linscomb. Batting eighth, shortstop Nico Ruedis, and batting ninth for the Apaches, first baseman Gabe Flores. Defensively for the McLennan Highlanders, Daniel Harden in left, McLean Helton in center, Walker Freeman in right. Around the infield, Ty Wade at third, Cage McLeod at short, Spencer Butt at second base, Dayton LaChance at first, A.J. Goitia behind the plate, and on the mound, right-handed freshman from Denton, Texas, 6'1" and 180, Hawk Bowers. Bowers 0-0 with a 5.23 ERA. This is his 9th appearance, his first start of this season. First pitch was a ball, 1-0, lined foul on the fastball, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Zach Zavala. Hawk Bowers, 10 1/3 innings pitched this season, 10 strikeouts, 6 walks. Opposing hitters hitting .229 off the freshman from Denton, Texas, Hawk Bowers. He likes to go from the stretch, and that pitch is in there, 1-2. So, understandably, this is his first start, and a guy that's come out of the bullpen 8 times before tonight likes to go out of that stretch position. 1-2 pitch, froze him, strike 3. Zavala gets caught looking. And there's the first strikeout of the night for Hawk Bowers.
The right fielder, number 5, Preston Newberry.
Here's Preston Newberry. Newberry, 5'10", 180, right out of Tyler, Texas. Transfer from Weatherford College. And he'll step in from the left side for the first time tonight. Swing and a miss late on the fastball. No balls in 1 strike. McLennan wearing their navy blue tops here tonight with the gray pants and the orange and white trim all around. Navy blue ball caps with the orange bill. The orange M on the front. Line drive into right. There goes the no-hitter. Newberry, they'll take an aggressive turn, but he'll stay at first base. And the Apaches have a base runner here in the first inning.
Now batting the third baseman, number 3, Landry Stamps.
Well struck ball by Newberry. And here's Landry Stamps. Got the best number on the team here. He'll step in from the left side. Is this the first time I've seen him play third? Has he played third before? Yeah, so could be the first time all season that we've seen Landry get the nod at third base as a starter. Swing and a miss. Boy, that was like kind of like a sweeper pitch. I hate that term, but probably more of a slider. And Stamps way out in front, 0-1. Still scoreless, bottom of the first inning. Beautiful night for baseball here. 74 degrees. We've had a cold front move through, so the air is very dry. 44% swing and a miss. Boy, daddy hack right there. 0-2. Didn't get cheated. Apaches won their last ball game at Northeast Texas by a score of 10-4. They lost the opener in that doubleheader, 5-4, but they really came on late and then just kept that momentum into the second game. So talked to Coach Edgar about that, and obviously the hope is they can keep that going here tonight. Swing and a miss, got him to chase one. Second strikeout of the inning for Hawk Bowers, and there's 2 away. Here's Finn Kayala. Switch hitting catcher will step in from the left side against the right-handed throwing Hawk Bowers. Bowers, a freshman out of Denton. Finn Kayala, sophomore, 6'4", 215 from Tyler, the Brook Hill School. And going to be a wheat shocker, right? Wichita State. So, and he's dealt with some injuries this season, and obviously the hope is that he can really get back into form as we come down the home stretch here. Bowers the set. And the pitch. Went down and got a low pitch, pops it to left field. Easy play for Hardin. He's under it, makes the grab, and there's your inning. F7 if you're scoring at the house. No runs on one hit. You leave one guy on. And we're through one inning here at Mike Carter. Beautiful night for baseball. Eventually those lights will come on, but not yet. The sun's still out. We're tied at 0. Back in just a moment. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field on a really nice night for baseball. A rare night game here at the ballpark. So it'll be kind of fun to flip those candles on here after a while and play some night baseball. Not a lot. These guys, both these teams are obviously hoping to play into the postseason. And when you get to postseason, you're going to have to play some night games in these tournaments hosted by the conferences. So the McLennan Highlanders are presently in second place in the North Texas Junior College Athletic Conference. In first place is Weatherford. They are 11-5. Grayson is tied with Weatherford at 11-5. McLennan at 10-6. Vernon 7-5. Hill College 6-6. Cisco 7-9. Temple is 7-9. North Central Texas 4-8, and then Ranger at 1-11 in the North Texas Junior College Athletic Conference. So there's 5 teams within one game of each other at the top. Swing and a miss. Here's the cleanup hitter, A.J. Gortia, the catcher. So you got a log jam at the top, and the top 4 go. So it's a very similar format, although they actually do it the opposite of the way the Apaches will do it in Region 14. They take the top 2 in each conference. There's another junior college conference in the north part of West Texas, and the top two teams in the conference will earn a host, and they'll play a 2 out of 3 against the 3 and 4 from the other conference, and then after that they play a 4-team double. So I think the Region 14 does it the opposite. They do a 4-team double. They do 2 4-team doubles, and then the 2 winners play a 2 out of 3 to decide who's going to Grand Junction. So there's a lot of ways to look at it, and we talked a little bit on the pregame interview with Tyler Johnson about that. Little tapper to third base, and Stamps is up with it. He throws across, nicely done, out of the dirt by Gabe Flores. So there you go, Landry Stamps making a nice play here early in this game. Put a star by that one. That was not an easy play. He was playing deep. He had to come in on the run and through, and boy, the ball hit right at the feet of Gabe Flores, and he picked it out of the dirt for out number 1. Here's Daniel Harden, the left fielder. First time today. First pitch is in there for a strike. Now, if you look at the Apaches conference, Bossier 12-6 at the top in first place right now. Panola right behind them at 11-7. 0-1, and that's going to hit before the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. So you got Bossier at 12-6, Panola 11-7, Navarro right behind them 10-8. Paris is 7-8, Northeast Texas 8-10, Tyler 7-11, and Angelina is 5-10. And the format, in terms of how many teams get in, the top 4 go. So if the season ended today, it would be Bossier 1, Panola 2, Navarro 3, Paris 4. And Northeast, Tyler, and Angelina would be on the outside looking in. Still got a lot of conference to go, so the Apaches have some time. In the purest sense of getting in, you're 3 out with, I think, 12 to go. You're 3 out in the loss column, so you got to make up at least 3 games to get into that top 4. And you still got time to do it. Lots of things can happen. Here's the 2-2. Grounded to third. This is Landry Stamps again. He's charging everything. Nice solid throw over to Gabe Flores, and there's 2 away. A couple of ground balls. Gortia grounds to third, and now Harden grounds to third. Here's Dayton LaChance, the first baseman for the first time. Or McLennan. Step in and greet Mr. Umpire and Finn, Mr. Socialite down there. First pitch to LaChance is high and tight, ball 1. Sophomore, 6'4", 240 from Sherbrooke, Quebec, Canada. And the next pitch is going to be in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got my email address on the front of the screen, so would love to hear from you. Let us know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. And we'll give you a little shout out on the air. Let us know what the weather's like. Boy, by the way, this is about perfect weather for this time of year. I know we're going to slip into the 80s later this week, but that's actually above normal. So 75, this is one of my favorite times of the year here in East Texas. That ball's drilled, and there goes the no-hitter into the left field area. And so after retiring 5 Highlanders in a row, LaChance gets the first hit of the night for McLennan.
Number 7, Cage McLeod.
Here's Cage McLeod, the shortstop. 7-hitter in that McLennan lineup for the first time tonight. McLeod, 6'1", 195. He's out of China Spring, Texas, freshman. So with 2 outs and a runner at first. First pitch fouled straight into the net. Strike 1. Fastball kind of got in on his hands there. And it's no balls, 1 strike. Well, inning by inning, those shadows will creep toward the foul line, the first base foul line, and gradually will move across this field. The 0-1. That's well off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, this is the third of 4 meetings between these two clubs this year. I'm really glad they're doing this. A running start at first base, fly ball center field, and Johnson back toward the fence, hauls it in right on the warning track for out number 3. So it'll be an F8 if you're scoring at the house. Boy, LaChance had a running start at first base, but all for naught as McLeod flies out deeply to Troy Johnson. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. We're going to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. Stay with us. You're watching Tyler Baseball on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, let's bring you up to speed on some of the things going on around the nation. Every Monday, once they get into the season, every Monday there's a new poll out for the junior colleges, Division I junior colleges. And, boy, LSU Eunice, they are at the top now. Number 1 in the country, LSU Eunice, 34-1 for the Bengals. Then it's Blinn, right out of Texas, Region 14. Apaches are going to have to get by Blinn to go to the World Series if they qualify for the playoffs. Cowley County, they're number 3. Weatherford, the Coyotes, number 4. 27-7 are the Coyotes. Same record as the Blinn College Buccaneers. Looking for other Texas teams, Midland College at number 7. And Bossier hangs in there in the top 25. They're at number 24 right now. Bossier at the top of our conference. Overall record for the Cavaliers, 23-10.
Leading out for the Apaches.
And
the center fielder, number 7,
I happen to overlook
Troy Johnson.
the team that's here at Mike Carter tonight. McLennan at number 20. They're up 4 spots. They're at 22-10 on the year. So you got a number of Texas teams, both Region 5 and Region 14, represented in the latest NJCAA Top 25 poll. So some good baseball being played around the state. And we got one of the top 25 teams right here at Mike Carter tonight, the McLennan Highlanders, number 20. First pitch to the number 5 hitter, Troy Johnson, is going to be low for ball 1. Line drive caught by the shortstop, Gage McLeod. It's a liner. And McLeod got a good jump on it and put the glove on it. That was a pretty good barrel right there by Troy Johnson. Now it's Levi Reisenhoover. Reisenhoover, 5'10", 185. He's out of Euless, Texas. Trinity High School product. First pitch in there. Strike 1. So are they making torpedo bats for college players yet? Not yet. I think it's much to do about nothing, in my opinion anyways, that you still got to barrel the thing up. So I know that I've read reports and heard reports in the last couple of days. The Yankees just went off this weekend with a bunch of homers using this. What they've done is just moved some of the wood in the bat down toward the barrel. And you still got to barrel it up. So the barrel's not bigger, the bat's not heavier, lighter. It's just a redistribution, I've seen so many different trends in bats over my career as a college coach and as a player. I mean, when I started playing, there were no aluminum bats. There was all wood. They hadn't even invented them yet. And so I wish they would use wood in college. I really do. I wish they do junior college, 4-year college. They would get all the players used to using the wood bat. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Reisenhoover, strikeout victim number 3 for Hawk Bowers. Good breaking pitch right there.
Number 44,
and
Grayson Linscomb.
Here's Grayson Linscomb, the designated hitter for the Apaches. I remember when before the aluminum bat was invented, there was a fiberglass bat that that trend didn't stick. But the aluminum one did. And I don't know. as a coach, when the bat companies would come and present things to us as a coaching association, back in the day, Easton and Louisville acted like they didn't care what we used. I have a feeling they make a pretty good coin off the aluminum bat, more so than they might make off a wooden bat. Don't know that, but I wish that I refuse to believe there's not enough wood to make bats for everybody. The minor leagues seem to come up with the bats. There's independent baseball all over the place. The college summer leagues use wood bats. Or, at the very least, maybe slip some composites in there, right? Some of the bomb bats or whatever. But I just wish we'd get away from the metal bats. Because the metal bats can be juiced up. And we do these tests every game, right? People, you may not know, but every game there has to be stickers put on every bat that's used for it to be a legal bat for that game. And there's testing that has to go on. That pitch it's called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the 7-hitter, Grayson Linscomb, the DH. Linscomb 6'4", 225. He's out of Houston Memorial High School. Sophomore. And in on his hands, he fouls that off into the bleachers behind the first base dugout. We're still 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody aboard. We're still scoreless here, bottom of the 2nd inning. Yeah, every game, every bat that's going to be used has to be tested. It has to be tested for barrel size and I think for compression or something. And so, why does it have to be tested? Because people cheat. And so it's just another duty that somebody's got to do, right? An assistant coach or a head coach or whatever. And I just wish that we could get to a place where we just use wood bats. But, I mean, obviously you can cork wood bats too, so there's all kinds of ways. People will cheat if there's something at stake there. Strike 3, another good breaking ball. That's 4 strikeouts in 2 innings for starting pitcher Hawk Bowers, the freshman from Denton. And 3 of those 4 are looking, so that breaking ball's got some movement on it. Apaches go in order here in the 2nd. We're still scoreless. We're going to inning number 3 here at Mike Carter Field in Tyler, Texas. Back in a minute. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. We're at historic Mike Carter Field. Ballpark built in 1938, old WPA project. Been renovated a couple of different times and updated and upgraded when the professional teams were here in the 90s. Had 2 different pro teams play here in the 90s. And added large bleachers down both sides and kind of double-decked the wall out there. The wall's been redone since the pro teams left. First pitch in there, strike 1 to the 8-hitter, Ty Wade, third baseman for McLennan. We are still scoreless as we play on in the top of the 3rd. Dylan Davenport still on the mound. That ball's pretty well hit to right, and that ball is out of here. Ty Wade just drove that ball, and that got a little bit of a push. That's the direction the wind's blowing. Boy, what a nice swing. That ball, he went down and just barreled that thing up. So Ty Wade, and Wade's got the look. when he came through a couple weeks ago, he was among their leaders in homers and RBI. And that will be home run number 8. Home run number 8 for Ty Wade, RBI number 31. So Wade breaks the scoreless tie with an opposite field home run. His 8th of the year and his 31st RBI. First pitch out of the zone to right fielder Walker Freeman. Steps in from the left side. Next pitch is in there. Dylan Davenport started the inning with 25 pitches through 2 innings. Freeman listed as a utility player, sophomore, 6'1", 205. He's from Tyler. Fouled straight into the net. He is from Tyler, Texas. How do you like that? What high school he went to? Well, I could promise you Finn knows, right? The catcher. Finn went to Brook Hill right in Bullard, so probably pretty good chance they either have played together or played against one another. Next pitch just off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1-0 McLennan off the solo homer by Ty Wade just a moment ago. The 2-2. That ball's flied well out of the play down in the McLennan bullpen area. Foul ball. 327 down the lines, 360 in the gaps, 380 straight away center field. We got a tiered fence, about 15 in the. That ball's drilled into center field. Johnson comes up with it. Nicely done by Troy Johnson. Not sure he was going to get there, and last moment he got low with his body and dove and made the grab. Put a star by that one on the L8 by Walker Freeman. If that gets by Troy Johnson, well, you don't know. Freeman, if he's got good enough speed, he might have gone all the way around the bases. Certainly would have got a double or maybe a triple. And it'll go in the books as an out. Here's the top of the lineup now. Marcus Smith, the designated hitter. Second time. First pitch swinging, pops it out of play. Strike 1. Marcus Smith, 382 on the season. 8 doubles, 6 homers, 26 RBI. Next pitch is a breaking ball that he lays off of, 1-1. Well, I talked about this on the pregame interview. If you heard Coach Tyler Johnson on that interview, McLennan's got 12 hitters. Next pitch is going to be low. 12 hitters with 11 or more RBI. They got 6 hitters with 22 or more RBI. And I asked him a little bit about the approach that he teaches his guys. And, you know, they're hunting fastball early to the deepest part of the park, trying to hit the fastball to the deepest part of the park. And then obviously just, you know, competing after that. You get to 2 strikes, you just battle. But something's resonating. These guys, he's got productivity from a lot of guys. I mean, you got double-digit RBI from 18 hitters. And that's just really good distribution on productivity offensively. So here's the payoff. Up the middle, base hit. So Marcus Smith gets his first hit of the night. He's 1 for 2 now after flying out to left field his first time up. And now it's second baseman Spencer Butt who grounded out to second base his first time up. And Spencer Butt is leading the club in batting average. He's got some limited at-bats, 44 ABs on the year, but he's hitting .432. First pitch misses for ball 1. He does have one double, 1 homer, and 10 driven in. There goes Smith, and he'll have to go back. That's fouled off to the left, and boy, keep going there. That's in toward the Avalon. With that wind, And actually is going to blow it back toward the Avalon when it heads toward the Rose Garden back to our left here. So got that wind blowing kind of straight out to right tonight. East-northeast, or actually north-northeast. The north wind blows pretty much straight out here at the ballpark, northwesterly. And it's a rare thing to have that northeast wind, which is blowing like straight toward the right field corner of this field. 2 balls and a strike to Spencer Butt. There goes Smith again. You throw it down, and boy, you got him. Great throw by Kayala, and a good tag by Nico Ruedis. That'll go 2-6 on the caught stealing, and Marcus Smith is gunned down. Smith is 7 for 8 before that time, so he's now 7 for 9. Good job by Finn Kayala. Nice tag applied by Nico Ruedis. 3-1 count now to Spencer Butt. Here's the pitch. And he lost him. So that'll be the first walk of the night issued by either pitcher. And now it's McLean Helton for the second time.
Now at the plate, number 6, McLean Helton.
So McLean Helton grounded out to short his first time up. He's 0 for 1. On the year, Helton 393. 4 doubles, 3 homers, 16 RBI. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. Well, Spencer Butt, if you're wondering, he is 3 for 4 in stolen bases. So I would think they'd want to get him over with 2 outs if they could here. Not going here. In there for a strike. 1-1. McLennan as a club, .310 batting average. In 32 ball games, the Highlanders have hit 46 home runs. And they have stolen 57 bases. There goes the runner, throw down at just behind the runner. So that'll be a stolen base number 4 for Spencer Butt. And now the Highlanders, as we thought, have a runner scoring position with 2 outs. They try to extend a 1-0 lead. Helton looking for his first base hit of the night. 2 balls and a strike. Dylan Davenport, the pitch. Pop up left side, and it's going to drift just over that fence. Barely out of live ball area. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, you've got a right-hander in the McLennan bullpen, and you've also got a right-hander in the Tyler bullpen. So both these pitchers probably going to give up the ghost here. Maybe after 2 innings, we'll see. Both these coaches are going to keep their bullpen intact for the Wednesday conference games. Next pitch, swing and a miss, got him. That'll be the first strikeout for Dylan Davenport, and that will end the inning. But the McLennan Highlanders get on the board, 1 run on 2 hits. You leave 1 runner on base. We're through 2.5 here at Mike Carter Field in Tyler. It's now the Highlanders 1 and the Apaches 0. All right, let's. We're starting to get some emails. I just really appreciate hearing from some of you guys. So, in the past we had the wrong email address up there, or they left the dot out. So, Colton McCullough, and watching from Austin, cheering his big brother's team on. So, thanks Colton for shooting that email our way. Hope you're enjoying the ball game. Parker, Colorado. All right, Corey Kier. Higher. So thanks for checking in. VP of Construction Development at Vasa Fitness. So thanks for checking in, Corey from Colorado. If you get a chance, let me know what the weather is in Colorado tonight. I know Sometimes it's pretty mild up there this time of year, but thanks for checking in. Rooting for the Highlanders. Hawk Bauer's grandparents, Phyllis and Donnie Black, cheering him on from Mountain Springs, Texas. So appreciate
Apaches, the shortstop, number 33,
Blacks checking in. And okay, Tommy Ainsworth checking in and giving some thoughts on the bats. Who's going to pay for them? Well, you know, back in the day, some of those companies would actually sponsor the bats. That wouldn't happen today, but yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious to know, honestly, as the first pitch in there is going to miss high and inside to Nico Ruedis. And I think we still got Bowers out there. And it's 1 ball, no strikes to the 8-hitter. 8-9-1 for the Apaches as we play on in the bottom of the third. Ground ball to short. This is McLeod, and he bobbled it, and that'll be an error. So first error of the night by either side. E6. Routine play for Cage McLeod. He just took his eye off it at the last moment. Probably thought about throwing it before he secured the baseball, and it just fell to the ground at his feet. So runner at first, nobody out. Here's the 9-hitter, Gabe Flores, first baseman for the first time tonight. We'll have to resume our bat discussion in a moment. From the stretch now, Bowers flip a pickoff over to first. Gabe Flores, a sophomore, 6'1", 205. He's out of Longview, Texas, Longview High School. He's also a University of Houston transfer. How about the Cougars? Final four, right? Next pitch is right across the heart of the plate for a strike. Final four, and it's what? Chalk all the way. And I think if the women play, it might play out that way for the women tonight, I think. Number one seeds. Now, there's a couple ways of looking at that. I guess one is the committee got it right. The other way is that those teams are thriving with this portal and the NIL stuff. So I don't care how you – there's a couple of ways of looking at it. Not a fan of the portal, not a fan of NIL, but to understand the state of college sports today. And it's gradually making its way into the big-time college baseball scene for sure. So it's here to stay. I hope we can manage it a little better than we are right now. 0-2 the count. Bowers the set, and he'll flip another pickoff over to first base. Nico Ruedis over there at first base. And trying to get you some numbers on Nico. 3 for 4 in stolen bases. And that's a fastball. He fouls it off to the right side. Count stays 0-2. We were right next to the Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Football Stadium. And right behind us is the W.T. Brookshire's Convention Center. And off to our left is the Tyler Rose Garden. And we're playing baseball tonight at the Christus Trinity Mother Frances Mike Carter Field. Part of the Rose Complex here in Tyler. About a mile inside the West Loop as pitch sails outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right at the intersection of Houston Street and Fair Park Drive. West part of Tyler. We're about 2.5 miles from campus. The main campus for Tyler Junior College. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 5 for Hawk Bowers. And his first start of the year is going pretty well.
Zach Zavala.
Here's Zach Zavala, the leadoff hitter. He was the first strikeout victim of the night. It was a backwards K the first time through for Zavala. And he'll get back up there for the second time. 3.02 average for Zach on the season. 6 doubles, a triple, a homer, and 10 driven in. Well, Bauer's going to control the running game, and you like that part of it. You always want your pitchers to pay attention to the base runners. And I tell you what, for a Monday night, we've got a nice crowd trickling into the ballpark. Probably got, might have 150 tonight. Never less than 100. There goes the runner. Throw to second, and I think they got him. He holds on to the ball, and that's caught stealing. So Nico, was that that was a delay, huh? Kind of going on the delay steal there. He's caught stealing, so both teams have had a runner caught stealing tonight. And the pitch was called a ball, so it's 1-0. 2 outs now, nobody aboard. 1-0 McLennan. Solo home run by the 8-hitter Ty Wade. And the top of the third is the difference tonight. Next pitch is going to miss low. 2-0. Okay, so I'm glad that Tommy Ainsworth agrees with me. I'd like to see Wood all the way down. I don't disagree that sometimes that's the excuse that's been given as the money. Ground ball in the hole, it's short. And not an easy play for McLeod. We'll see how they score it in the dugout. We're going to have to go with whatever they go with here. So keep an eye on the live stats.
Now number 5,
it was not a.
Preston Newberry.
I think they're probably going to give him a hit. We'll see how they score it here. But in the interim now, it's Preston Newberry for the second time. Newberry base hit his first time up, so he's 1 for 1 tonight. Newberry on the year, 273 for the Apaches. 4 doubles, a homer, 7 driven in. First pitch going to miss for ball 1. Zach Zavala over at first base is 7 for 9 in steals so far. So, again, like the Highlanders, you're probably going to try to get Zavala to second with 2 outs here. And Bowers knows that, and he's going to try to keep him close. Yeah, I don't know on the bat thing. I don't buy the fact that it's money's the issue, because if teams are spending thousands of dollars, which they are, on these aluminum bats, then, well, you could buy an awful lot of wood bats for the money you're paying for these aluminums. The 1-1 in there for a strike. I'm sorry, that was a 1-0 pitch. It's now 1-1. And I don't know. I just that's just one man's opinion there. I remember sitting through a lot of meetings as a career baseball coach at the college level and thinking to myself, well, if these bat companies want to, if they say that they will make bats whatever the colleges want, why don't you go wood? Foul ball, first base side, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Preston Newberry. I'm not sure I totally believe the bat companies when they said that, but and my personal opinion is I think there's enough wood to go around. So that's also an argument that there's not enough wood. You know, I don't know about that. We've got a lot of trees around the planet. That ball's fouled down the left field line, out of play. Count remains 1-2. But it's obviously, you know, a lot of opinions around that bat issue. So I just thought it was interesting that there was much made about these torpedo bats that the Yankees have used. And somebody's got to swing it. Somebody's got to barrel it up. So I just don't know that it's the bat that's doing the magic on those home runs for the Yankees. And interesting note that Aaron Judge, who's hit 4 home runs already, is not using one of those torpedo bats. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Zavala with an aggressive lead here. There he goes. Fly ball, that's going to get out of play. And that ball will never be seen again. That's into the maintenance area for the Rose Garden. And just outside the left field corner of this ballpark, there's a maintenance area. And we would never get balls back from that area. Every once in a while, they'd take a bucket of balls, and they'd be all waterlogged. They'd dump them over the fence. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. There goes Zach again. Pitch is outside. The throw to second, not in time. So Zavala will steal his eighth bag of the year. And now the Apaches, like their counterparts, have a runner in scoring position, the tying run with a full count and 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the third. 1-3-2 for the Highlanders, 0-1-0 for the Apaches. So they scored that played short, an error. Ground ball to first base, foul. So Zavala, they're scoring that first thing, the play a minute ago as an E6. So Cage McLeod has 2 errors in this inning. Ruedis reached on the air when McLeod dropped the ball, and Zavala hit a ball pretty good to McLeod's left. Strike 3 called, outside corner, and that'll be strikeout number 6 for starting pitcher Hawk Bowers in 3 innings. So no runs on no hits. You leave one guy on, and we are through 3 complete here at Mike Carter Field. Your score, McLennan 1, Tyler 0.
Positivity.
All right, so appreciate the second email from Corey Cheer, rooting for his son on McLennan. So beautiful spring night in Colorado, but second winter comes back tomorrow. Uh-oh. You know, sometimes that Colorado weather comes down here. I don't think it's going to make it down this time, but there's an awful lot of times where the weather that comes through the Denver area and even through the Colorado Springs area comes right down here to Texas. But sorry to hear the second winter's going to come back. The Rockies opening day is on Friday, going to be a little chilly. So, yeah, put the earmuffs on and the gloves and go root the Rockies on as they open up their. I'm a Cleveland Indian fan, so
now pitching for the Apaches, number 14,
they got the Indians always would open up. They would open up on the road for about a week or 10 days before they came back to Cleveland, and even sometimes when they did that, they would open up to snow flurries first week or so, off and on. So totally understand that part of it. Thanks for checking back in, Mr. Cheer. All right, Debbie Martin checking in, rooting for Ty Wade. Well, he just went yard, so not a bad night to watch Ty on the stream from Benton, Louisiana. So thanks for checking in, Debbie. If you haven't checked in yet, shoot us an email. The email address is right there in the bottom right corner. So glad you're with us tonight. Beautiful night here in Tyler. We started at 74. That sun will drop. It'll get a little cooler, but we got a new pitcher for the Apaches. Who is the new pitcher? Roman Tolbert is the new pitcher, and we'll give you some information on him here in just a moment.
Leading off for the Highlanders, number 19, A.J. Goitia.
Here's Goitia for the second time. Cleanup hitter. Grounded out to third base on a really nice play by Landry Stamps. Back in the second inning. 1-0 McLennan. We go to the fourth. Roman Tolbert 1-1 with a 14.14 ERA. This is Tolbert's 8th appearance of the year, all 8 out of the bullpen. 7 innings pitched. He has struck out 8 and walked 9. Roman Tolbert, the new pitcher. And that pitch is in there for a strike. Didn't he use? Does he got yellow cleats? Not wearing them tonight. Okay. He's going to the molded. Next pitch is in there, 1-2. Tolbert, 6'5", 230 from Houghton, Louisiana. Popped out of play, right side. We'll do it again. Redshirt sophomore, a Northwest Louisiana and McLennan Highlander transfer. So he's playing against his own old team here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boy, yanked that one across. 6'5" and 230. We're at the top of the fourth, 1-0 McLennan. Swing and a miss, got him. So that will be strikeout number 1 for Roman Tolbert. Second strikeout for Apache pitching tonight.
Now at the plate, number 4, Daniel Harden.
Here's Daniel Harden, left fielder, grounded out to third base his first time up. Harden, 333 on the year for the Highlanders. 7 doubles, a triple, 6 homers, 30 driven in. Takes ball 1. Yeah, and boy, the thing that, if you look at stat sheets enough, these Highlanders have a very evenly distributed RBI stat sheet. And that's what impresses me. Normally you look at a stat sheet, you got maybe 3 or 4 guys with some pretty good RBI numbers. And they got 6 guys with 22 or more RBI. And they got 12 guys with 11 or more. And that's just, man, you just don't see that too often. 2-0 pitch is a fastball off the plate, 3-0. 1 out, nobody at board. Top of 4 in a 1-0 game. Tolbert, fastball in there first. That's interesting. I guess it was 3-0, so you're going to take a strike here. You're going to go to work. Left-handed batting left fielder, Daniel Harden. Little check swing to third. Stamps has got to throw it quickly, and boy, another good play by Landry Stamps. He charges everything. He plays deep, and he comes in.
Now batting number 49,
And
Dayton
he
LeChamps.
catches and throws on the run, and he's done a really nice job on, I think that's his 3rd play tonight. And that throw was right on the money. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Here's Dayton LeChamps. Base hit to left his first time up, so LeChamps is 1 for 1 tonight. 352 on the year for the Highlanders. First pitch is going to miss inside. Not sure. 8 doubles, 6 homers, 45 RBI. And that would lead the club. 45 is the club leader in RBI. .32 ball games, 45 driven in. Not too shabby. The 1-1. Little tapper, shortstop. Rueda's going to have to hurry. Catch, throw, threw it away. And that's going to be an error on Nico. They're going to. The guy's going to right field. He thought he might have made an effort towards second, so he started walking toward the right field foul pole. LeChamps thought he might have, made a move towards second in case he was just going to keep going toward the foul pole.
7, Cage McLeod.
And Flores was chasing him into right field, going to put the tag on. He put the tag on eventually, and the field umpire called him safe. So that's going to be an error, I believe. It's kind of a chopper, but Nico had plenty of time to make a solid throw, and he just threw the ball away. So we're going to score an error up here. We'll check on the live stats here in a minute. First pitch misses inside, and this is Cage McLeod, the shortstop. Flew out to center to end the second inning. McLeod 0 for 1. And let's see here. McLeod, 309 hitter on the season. He's got 13 extra base hits. Fastball misses away, 2-0. 6 doubles, 3 triples, that leads the club. 4 home runs and 28 driven in. LeChamps is 4 for 4 in steals so far, so not sure you're going to see him go here. We'll see if Tyler Johnson wants to stay aggressive on the bases here. 3-0 count, you're not doing anything this time. Here's the pitch. And you're going to show bunt, take a strike. We've seen a couple of hitters with that 3-0 square around. I don't know. I always liked hitters to go ahead and see the ball and take their stride and get the timing down instead of scoring around. But, oh, my, there he goes to second and hit the second, and nicely played there by the second baseman, Zavala, and that'll do it. Well, we've seen this a couple of times tonight. In positive counts, we've seen Highlanders take off with huge jumps to no avail. So the ground ball ends the inning. No runs on no hits. You leave one guy on base. We're through 3.5 here in Tyler. It's the Highlanders 1 and the Apaches 0. All right, the Highlanders have gone to the bullpen, so you can close the book on starting pitcher Hank Bowers. He ends up going 3 innings, 43 pitches, no runs on 1 hit. Struck out 6 Apaches tonight, so pretty good start there. First start of the year for Hawk Bowers. That's an impressive outing for him. He'll give way to Stephen Doty, 6', 200, right-handed freshman from Kettering, Ohio. And I should know where that is, but I'm going to have to look it up on a map. And let's see.
Leading off for Tyler Junior College, number 3, Landry Stamps.
Here's Landry Stamps. Stephen Doty, 0-0 with a 14.29 ERA. This is his 7th appearance of the year, all out of the bullpen. 5 2/3 innings. He has struck out 3 and walked 5. A freshman from Kettering, Ohio, Stephen Doty, takes over for the Highlanders. 1-0 our score, bottom of 4. 3, 4, and 5 for the Apaches. Landry Stamps, first pitch swing and fouls it off left side, out of play. And that'll be never to be found again into that Rose Garden maintenance area. 0-1. Well, we've had some folks check in, so we'll try to catch up on some of those emails. All right, well, happy birthday to Hawk Bowers' dad today. And he put on quite a show, so happy birthday to Casey Bowers. He's proud of Hawk. 6 punch-outs in 3 innings. No runs on just 1 hit. And he gives way to Stephen Doty. 2-1 count to the Apache third baseman. Landry Stamps playing third for the first time here in the spring, as far as I know. And he's doing a nice job. He's handled 3 plays, that none of which were routine. And he's done well. Swing and a miss. Ball's in the dirt, kind of chasing an off-speed pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thanks for checking in. Kelly Mays. So thanks for giving us that info about the birthday. All right, so they're watching in Unga Bowers, watching in Denton. The question up in the press box was, what high school did Hawk go to? That ball's laced foul toward the Apache dugout first base side. Counts remains 2-2. So Yeah, if we can find out what high school that Hawk went to, that'd be good. Thanks for checking in, and happy birthday again. Hope you're enjoying the game from Denton. Two balls, two strikes, nobody out. Bottom of 4. 0-3-2 for the visiting Highlanders. 0-1-1 for the Tyler Apaches. Fly ball left field, pretty well hit. Going to carry toward the warning track. And right in front of the fence, it's caught by Daniel Harden for first out of the 4th inning. That ball kept going.
At the plate, number 9, Finn Kayala.
On a different night, that might have got out of here. The wind is blowing out to right tonight, and the prevailing wind when it's warm here in East Texas is out to left. And that ball just didn't have enough carry on it to get out of the ballpark. And that might be the difference in Ty Wade's ball. It was more of a line drive type of home run that just carried over the right field wall, but the wind's blowing that way. First pitch in there, strike 1 to Finn Kayala. Flew out to left his first time up. Kayala 0 for 1 here in this ball game. And on the season, Finn Kayala, 350 average, 4 doubles, 5 home runs, 17 driven in. The Apaches are 20-16 overall, 7-11 in conference play. Pitch is going to miss outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Highlanders 22-10 and 10-6 in conference play. Apaches in 6th place in Region 14 North Conference. And the Highlanders are in 2nd place in the North Texas Junior College Athletic Conference. Foul straight back on the fastball, and it's 1-2. All right, so thanks for that info. Tom House Sports. I've interacted with Tom House in years gone by. I did my PhD at Texas A&M and consulted with Tom on a couple of issues regarding my research. But David Bodzin has checked in and given some good information on the wood bat issue. So appreciate his 2 cents worth on that. And thanks for checking in. Swing and a miss. Kayala waves through a fastball up in the zone. That'll be strikeout number 1 for Stephen Doty. And 7 strikeouts now from McLennan pitching
number
tonight.
7, Troy Johnson.
Now it's Troy Johnson's turn. He lined out to the shortstop. Cage McLeod his first time up. Troy Johnson, 254 on the season. 3 doubles, a triple, and a homer. 11 driven in for the Apache center fielder. 1-0 our score, bottom of 4. Breaking ball right over the heart of the plate, strike 1. And Mr. Bodzin, also the pitching coach for Hawk Bauer, so you got to be pleased to see your student do so well tonight. First start of the year. You know, he Mr. Bodzin, just to give you a characterization, felt like it was a financial issue and not so much a wood supply issue. So, yeah, I don't know. I would like to see them try it for a couple years, and the breaking ball gets through the wickets and back to the screen. It's 1-2. Two outs, nobody aboard. And pace of play tonight, excellent. Game's moving right along. Here's the 1-2. Boy, just off the plate. I'm not sure I could have taken it with 2 strikes. Johnson gets the call. When I say that at UT Tyler, I get groans and moans. I don't believe it jinxes. As soon as I say that, the game just comes to a screeching halt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deuce is wild on the board. Nobody aboard. High fly ball, and it's going to be McLeod short, camping under this one. And he'll squeeze it for the 3rd out here in inning number 4. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Stephen Doty. That last out will go F6 if you're scoring at the house. Keep your pen or pencil handy. We're going to have a lot of pitchers tonight. We're through 4 complete here at Mike Carter Field. It's 1-0 McLennan. All right, the Apaches have gone to their bullpen, and we're just right on cue here. I'm going to have to start skipping spots on my score sheet because I only got room for 7 pitchers. And it's possible that either club may use more. Jake White, the new arm, left-hander, a sophomore from Forney, Texas.
Leading off for the Highlanders, number 22, Ty Wade.
And Ty Wade, who went yard his first time up, steps to the plate for the 2nd time. Line drive home run to right field, his 8th of the year. And that's the difference in this game, 1-0 McLennan. Jake White, give you some numbers on him. Fastball, and we got a new catcher as well, Josiah Mackey. Just made a nice snag on that first pitch. He's behind the plate now. Finn Kiala, his night is done. So Josiah Mackey will take over behind the plate. The 1-0 pitch. That's going to miss, 2-0. Jake White, 0-1 with a 12.00 ERA. 9th appearance of the year. He does have 1 start. 6 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, and 8 walks. In there for a strike. Opposing batters batting 174. Off the redshirt sophomore from Forney, Texas, Jake White. 6'3", 215 left-hander. Swing and a miss. Took something off the breaking ball. And the count's even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ty Wade, that homer, I think he went down and got a fastball and drove it over the right field wall. And he lifted it a little bit, and it got up in, and there's not a huge jet stream tonight, but it definitely got a little nudge, probably just enough to get it out of here. Full count now. The payoff pitch from White. Look out, hit the bull. All the way to the screen for ball 4. So Ty Wade keeps his night perfect. He draws the 2nd walk of the night. First walk issued by White. Here's the 9-hitter, Walker Freeman, lined out to center field on a play that Troy Johnson made a nice sliding, diving catch in center. Back in the 3rd inning. We're in the top of the 5th, 1-0 Highlanders. As Walker Freeman shows bunt, pulls back for strike 1. Chris Baker checking in. Appreciate that, Mr. Baker. All right, so we'll give that. There's the bunt right out in front of the plate. And White will wheel and throw to first and get the out. So the sacrifice in effect there. 1-3 if you're scoring. And over to second base goes Ty Wade. So we've got an update. Hawk Bowers went to Geyer High School in Denton.
Now number
So
20,
thanks for that info,
Smith.
Miss Mays. Appreciate you letting us know that. Rooting for, Christy Wade, the mom of Ty Wade out at second base from Arkansas, checking in. So hope things are well in Arkansas. Miss Wade, thanks for checking in. Well, you're happy to see Ty take one out of here, and he's out there trying to add to a McLennan 1-0 lead. First pitch is low, ball one. Leadoff hitter, Marcus Smith. 1 for 2 tonight for Smith. Fly ball to left, base hit to center. Jake White, the 1-0. Fastball just a tick high, 2-0. All right, Dean and Gwen Byers checking in. Cade Budd's grandparents in San Antonio. That's home of the Final Four, right? 2-0 pitch. Look out, another ball that gets back to the screen, and over to third goes Ty Wade on the wild pitch. And now it's a 3-0 count on Marcus Smith. Jake White has thrown a couple balls to the screen this half. Now you're going to bring your infield all the way in. The 3-0. That's right down Broadway. 3-1. Well, whenever you bring your infield in here, you're creating a lot of holes in that infield. So you only got one out. Fly ball, right field deep enough here. Newberry over toward the line, makes the grab, and in comes run number 2. Sacrifice fly off the bat of Marcus Smith, and it's 2-0 McLennan. That ball was driven way into the corner. And again, those balls that are going to right in that flag doesn't show a whole lot, but they are carrying well to right field tonight. That's a sacrifice and an RBI for Marcus Smith. So McLennan now leads 2-0, and stepping in is Spencer Butt, the second baseman. 0 for 1 for Spencer Butt. Grounded out to second base and walked. Third plate appearance. We're in the 5th inning. McLennan has just doubled their lead to 2-0. 1-0 pitch just inside. 2-0. Appreciate the Byers checking in. Well, they had some hail in San Antonio. I don't know, was that this evening? It says it's this evening, so hope everything's okay there. We had a bad hailstorm last spring in February, and we had about 2.5-inch size hail that destroyed our roof, and my whole neighborhood got new roofs in the last 12 months. 3-0 pitch, catches the corner, 3-1. And we had another storm in June that took down, just decimated our neighborhood with these mature trees that got uprooted because the ground was so saturated. Here's ball 4. Second walk of the inning issued by Jake White, and third walk of the night for Tyler pitching. Here's the 3-hitter, McLean Helton, for the third time.
Now batting number 6,
and
McLean Helton.
Helton 0 for 2, grounded out to short, struck out swinging. And here comes Coach Doe. That might be all for Jake White. I think we're going to have a new pitcher. We'll let you know who it is when we return. All right, so I was mistaken there. Coach Doe, he's going to stay with Jake White here. And you do have a right-hander in the Tyler bullpen. So as we said earlier, both these coaches are going to go Johnny Holstaff tonight. They both have conference games this week, so they're not going to burn anybody for very long. And so here is McLean Helton, takes strike 1. It's always nice when you make a visit, I can tell you this, when the guy throws a strike, okay? You feel like it was worth it. Nothing worse than going out there and the guy walks the guy in 4 pitches. Here's the 0-1. Boy, just missed inside. Pretty good spot. 1 ball, 1 strike. McLennan, 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors. Tyler, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error. And, boy, nice job by Josiah Mackey. That ball was about 57 feet. It's 60 feet, 6 inches to home plate, so it didn't get there. And Mackey did a nice job of keeping that ball right at the plate on the block. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Looked like he took something off of that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces Wild on the board. A runner at first here in the 5th inning. McLennan has scored another run on a sac fly this inning. There goes the runner, and Mackey barely gets the glove on it, and it'll go as a stolen base for Spencer Butt. If he doesn't catch that, Butt might have gone to third base. Three-two pitch, just off the plate. I couldn't have taken it with 2 strikes, but Helton gets the call. It'll be another walk. 3rd of the inning by Jake White. 4th of the ball game for Tyler pitching. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. And you wonder just how much patience that Coach Doe will have with Jake White, and that's going to be my answer. He's walking out to the mound right now. That'll be all for Jake White. New pitcher coming in. We'll let you know who it is when we return. All right, another big shout out to to Dean and Gwen Byers checking in from San Antonio, and hope that everything's okay with that hail. So thanks for checking in. Rooting for Kate Budd, grandparents of Kate Budd. Greg Harris. Appreciate the kind remarks. Logan, Cece, and Pop from Kingwood. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate the kind remarks on the broadcast. And, yeah, glad you're enjoying it. Coach Stark's dad here. Okay, Peter, the pitching coach. Yeah, last time we played McLennan here, Peter Stark got frequent flyer miles to the mound. He made more trips to that mound than any pitching coach I've ever seen in 4 years of college coaching. So thanks for checking in, Mr. Richard Stark from Fisher, Texas. And, yeah, it is fun to know that we got a lot of Highlander folks watching the broadcast, so thanks for checking in. The Highlanders got a great history, baseball down at Waco. I've known just about, I don't know about all their coaches, but a lot of them, including Mitch Thompson, and won a national title a couple years ago. Knew Mitch when he was at Baylor before he took over McLennan. And Tyler Johnson is the son of Skip Johnson, who's the head coach at Oklahoma right now. And I coached against Skip for years here at this ballpark and over in Corsicana. And in fact, if you heard the pregame interview tonight, I told Tyler to tell hi to his dad for me. I haven't talked to Skip in a while, but he's doing great things up at that Oklahoma Sooner program as their head coach. Did I hear a Boomer Sooner down there? Really? Oh, no. There go the runners. Throw to third base, and not in time. The double steal works. And so Boy, Spencer Butt to third. And McLean Helton to second. So they're trying to double their pleasure here. They're up 2-0. And a base hit would make it 4. The new pitcher, Simon Hughes. 1-0 pitch. Going to miss low, 2-0. 6 foot 190, a right-handed redshirt freshman out of Livingston, Texas. Simon Hughes, 0-0 with a 6.35 ERA. 7th appearance of the year, 5 2/3 innings. Next pitch is going to miss high and inside. 3-0. And for Hughes in 5 2/3 innings, he has struck out 2 and walked 6. Opposing batters hitting .238 off the freshman from Livingston, Texas, Simon Hughes, and that's going to be high and tight. The third walk of the inning. Let's see, 1, 2, yeah, the third walk of the inning. So you got bases full of Highlanders here. First walk of the night for Hughes. 5 walks overall for Tyler pitching. And stepping in is the left fielder, Daniel Harden. He's got a couple of ground balls to third tonight. He's 0 for 2. Big opportunity for the Highlanders as the candles are now on here at Mike Carter. First pitch swing in right field, playable for Newberry. He'll put the glove on it for the final out here in inning number 5. That'll go kind of a looping liner. I'm going to score it an L9. And the Highlanders get another run, so it's now 2-0 McLennan. And we're halfway home here at Tyler, Texas at historic Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. And let's see if we got a new pitcher. Looks like Stephen Doty's going back out for the 5th. So 2-0 McLennan for the Apaches coming up in their half of the 5th inning. It's Reisenhuber, Linscomb, Ruedis. That would be 6, 7, and 8 in their lineup. Back in just a minute. Well, another shout out to Mr. Stark, Richard Stark out of Fisher. I just have to laugh because last time the Highlanders were here, Peter Stark was he was wearing out the turf between the dugout and the mound. So thanks for checking in. I know you're proud of your son.
Bottom of the 5th for
enjoying
the
him watching.
Number 12,
Wait.
Levi Reisenhuber.
All right. Skip Johnson is checked in. All right. Well, Skip, my best to you and your family, and wish the Sooners nothing but the best up there. Son's doing a great job with this McLennan program, and really enjoy talking to him every time they come to Tyler. So thanks for checking in. Awful good to hear from you. Wish you guys the best. Look out. First pitch, plunked him. Right off the front shoulder. Reisenhuber will go down to first base on the hit by pitch. And he struck out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Here's Grayson Linscomb. He struck out his first time up. So Linscomb is 0 for 1 as well. Boy, starting pitcher Hawk Bowers, really nice outing. 6 punch-outs and 3 innings of work. First start of the year for Bowers. He had appeared in 8 ball games before tonight. And one of the things that's unique about, if you look at the pitching numbers for this McLennan pitching staff, they are 22-10 on the year, 10-6 in conference play, and they have 1 save on the year. 1. And that tells me that they're producing some runs that they really aren't in many save situations. They're also using a lot of arms. They've got 10 different pitchers with a win. They got 2 guys with, Alex Williams is 6-1, Logan Harris 4-0. Other than that, you've got a bunch of guys with just a couple of wins. So it's really interesting to look at how they've managed that pitching. And, of course, that's largely due to guys like Peter Stark, who's staying on top of things, getting guys in and out of there, and talked to Coach Tyler Johnson about that before the game on the pregame interview. And there goes the runner, throw to second, and, boy, he reached around the tag, and he's safe. And no replay here at Mike Carter, as second baseman Spencer Butt thought he had him, and it was close. I thought he might have had him too. As Reisenhoover reached around with that left hand, pulled the right hand back, and Reisenhoover will get the stolen base. For Reisenhoover, that'll be stolen base number 9 of the year. He's now 9 for 9. And he's at second. Fly ball, fairly well hit to center, but playable. McLean Helton will make the catch for out number 1 of the inning. So Linscomb out.
Number 33, Nick.
Here's the 8-hitter. Nico Ruedas, the shortstop, reached on an error by shortstop Cage McLeod. His first time up, so he's 0 for 1. And Ruedas on the year, a 208 average, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 7 driven in. The Apaches on the year as a club, 281 overall. First pitch swinging, fouls it off, strike 1. That 281 average drops to 266 in conference play. And that's been the bugaboo for the Apaches, as their offense just hasn't produced the runs. Their pitching is keeping them close in most of these conference ball games, but they just haven't gotten the timely hits in these conference games. And you thought, and it still might be true, they really came on well in Game 1 at the end of the Game 1 at Northeast up in Mount Pleasant Saturday, and then a convincing 10-4 win in Game 2. So you kind of hope that they found their footing a little bit offensively in conference play. And they'll play Bossier this week, the first place team. They'll play a single 9 over at Bossier on Wednesday, a doubleheader here, which will be our next broadcast from Mike Carter on Saturday. Now, you got to keep an eye on the weather because we've got a lot of rain forecast for this weekend. So if you're an Apache fan, you're going to want to stay close to your son about what the status of those games are, because we got the turf here, but we're going to have to find a window to play that doubleheader against the Bossier Parish Cavaliers. Another hit batter as Ruedas turns in and takes one off the front side. So 2 hit batters in the same inning for Stephen Doty. And now the tying runs aboard with only 1 out. And here's the first mound visit of the night for Peter Stark. And we'll see. Doesn't look like they're going to make a change here, but we'll see. As they're going to have a prayer meeting out on the mound with a whole infield. Thanks for checking in, Skip. Boy, it's so good to hear from you. And couldn't be prouder of a Region 14 guy who made it good in the big time, Power 5 conference. So big shout out to Skip and his family. Hope everything's going well for you guys. So let's see here. J.A. Wallace checking in. Watching the McLennan team from Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Alex Wallace's parents. So he's having a nice year, 6-1 on the year. And boy, appreciate the nice remarks from them. Thanks for checking in from California. Weather's probably pretty good out there this time of year. Here's the 9-hitter, Gabe Flores. Check swing, did not go. Ball 1. Well, the Apaches have an opportunity here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 on, only 1 out. 9-hitter Gabe Flores at the plate. 193 on the year for Flores. 3 doubles. He does have a homer, and he's driven in 9. 2-0 count. The Apache first baseman struck out swinging his first time up. Stephen Doty. Big 7-7 on the jersey. That's an offensive tackle number. More and more of these baseball guys are taking on the big numbers. 3-0 now. You're 1 pitch away from loading them up in rolling this thing back to the top of the Apache lineup. Doty, the deep breath, the 3-0, and ball 4. 4-pitch walk, 2 hit batters and a walk. And boy, I think that's the first walk of the night issued by McLennan pitching. And
out the plate, number 8, Zach Zavala.
Now Zach Zavala for the 3rd time. Struck out looking in the 1st, reached on an error by the shortstop in the 3rd. So Zach is 0 for 2 tonight. Big opportunity for the Apaches wearing their gold tops tonight. White pants with the black and gold piping down the side. First pitch, a breaking ball, inside corner, strike 1. All right, Celeste Harris checking in. Logan Cece and Pop from Kingwood. Boy, kind of halfway swung in a slider. Kind of fooled him there. Not sure you're going to be swinging at a lot of 1-0 sliders unless you're just hunting that thing. And Zavala definitely wasn't hunting it because he tried to stop his swing. 0-2. The pitch. Boy, just off the corner. Perfect fastball. Right there, perfectly located. About a ball and a half off the outside corner. As Goitia, the catcher, was set up outside, and he hit that spot perfectly. Now, you got all kinds of things you can do right here as both Doty and Goitia looking at their pitch comms on the wrist for the next pitch. 1-2 count. Here it comes. Up the middle and gets through. Base hit. 1 run's home. The 2nd run waved, and it's tied up. Base hit for Zach Zavala. 2 RBIs, and we're tied at 2. Boy, I thought that McLeod might have been able to glove that ball, and it got under his glove. Well hit ball by Zavala. He'll get 2 driven in. And boy, 2 hit batters and a walk really have opened the door, and that will be all. Here comes Tyler Johnson, and that's going to be all for relief pitcher Stephen Doty. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is from McLennan when we return. We're tied at 2. All right, big shout out to Celeste Harris, Logan, Cece, and Pop from Kingwood. Thanks for checking in. And all right, well, there you go. Elaine Shugart, cheering on her grandson, Trevor Ainsworth. Well, that's the new pitcher. Trevor Ainsworth, 6'4", 235, a right-handed freshman from Pearland, Texas. He's the new pitcher for the McLennan Highlanders. He'll take over for Stephen Doty. And I don't know if this is right. It says that Doty threw 29. And,
now batting number 5, Preston Newberry.
And so now Newberry will step in against Trevor Ainsworth. So thanks for checking in. Swing and a miss. And boy, ball looked to be, I don't know if it was a changeup, a little bit out of the zone. Steele got first and second, only one out. The Apaches have tied it here, bottom of the fifth. And let's see if they're going to let him get back. Boy, close to going to the pitch clock there. Catches the outside corner. We don't have the displays here, but that field umpire is responsible for kind of a little buzzer on his belt, and when that ball comes back to the pitcher, he's got a little reminder to call a ball if ball hasn't been pitched by then. And they're going to pick off at first, and boy, that's the negative of a two-man umpiring crew right there. That guy's got to make that call from in front of the shortstop over at first base, and really a nice pickoff executed between Ainsworth and Dayton LaChance, who snuck in behind the base runner, Zach Zavala, at first, almost got him. On an 0-2 pitch, Zavala was probably thinking nothing because LaChance is way back now, not holding him. The 0-2. Ground ball foul, look out, that's an ugly finder into the Apache dugout. Everybody's okay. The dugouts here at Mike Carter are really close to home plate. This ballpark was built in 1938. And, boy, that's one thing that I wish you can't do anything about it. You can't move home plate out because the fences are already relatively short here. You got the 15-foot high wall from gap to gap, but it's only about 380, 390 straightaway center. So you can't really move home plate, but you got to be heads up in the dugout. That ball's driven right center gap. No one's getting this one. One hop off the wall. 2 runs are going to come home. It's a stand-up double for Preston Newberry, and the Apaches take a 4-2 lead. That ball was absolutely smoked into the gap. And back-to-back 2 RBI hits by the Apaches. 1 and 2 batters have given them the lead.
Number 3, Landry Stamps.
Here's the 3-hitter Landry Stamps. This is the biggest inning by either club by far tonight. And right on cue, pace of play has slowed down. 4-run 5th inning for the Apaches. They lead 4-2. Here's Landry Stamps, 3rd time through the lineup. Foul, first base side, making the play. Coach Ritchie over there. Like to see that. He's got the short sleeve hoodie on tonight. And Coach Doe, I don't know if he's got the same short sleeve hoodie on. Both of them got the Scullies on as base coaches for the Apaches. 7th batter here in the 5th inning for Tyler. Landry Stamps, an 0-1 count. And Ainsworth, the reliever. Look out! That got somebody right off the leg of Troy Johnson. And I don't know if it went off the Evo shield. He's not limping at all. It looked like it got him. Maybe it missed him. Golly. I'm telling you, that's one of the drawbacks. This is a beautiful ballpark. There's not a bad seat in the house. And but, man, the on-deck areas and the dugouts are so close to home plate. Here's the next 0-2 pitch. Line drive into right field. Runner is going to be waved, and he'll score. It's 5-2. Back-to-back RBI hits for the top 3 hitters in this Apache lineup. Zavala with a 2-run single. Newberry a 2-run double, and now Stamps with a 1-run single to right. And the Apaches, a 5-run 5th inning. It's 5-2. And for the first time tonight, Josiah Mackey will bat for the first time tonight. He replaced catcher Finn Kayala behind the plate. This will be his first plate appearance of the evening, and he's the 8th batter of the inning. Stephen Doty started the inning, and now it's Trevor Ainsworth. First pitch is going to miss low, ball 1. Mackey, 6'3", 200. He's out of Longview. He is a Dodge City Community College transfer. And he might be able to get an NIL with a shampoo company. He's got the flowing locks back there. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Boy, way inside. Well, he might be like Samson, you know. Got that long hair. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch. Line drive to third. You miss it. And, boy, it was about a 2-hopper, but it was well struck. We'll see how they score it in the dugout. I think it's another error, if you want my opinion. I'm an old coach, though, so I want those plays to be made. That ball was smoked. And, boy, it's nice to see Mackey get off the bench and barrel one up. And they're going to give another error.
Now batting number 7, Troy
that's a scoreboard. I don't know.
Johnson.
Let's see what they got on the line score here. Well, it's hard. I don't think it's come through yet on the live stats. So we'll keep an eye on the live stats, see if they gave that a hit or an error. Still got 1 out. The Apache inning continues. Way outside, ball 1. 9th bat of the inning is Troy Johnson. The Apaches have now officially batted around. Johnson looking for his first hit of the night. He's lined out to short and popped up to short. He's 0 for 2. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Took something off of that. Ainsworth's got some pretty good swing and miss off speed here. He just got to mix it up a little bit. Aces Wild on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 Apaches on the bases. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. I sure appreciate all the feedback on the on the emails. Keep them coming. Love to hear from where you're rooting from and who you're watching, who you're rooting for. Swing and a miss. Boy, there's a good slider. And that'll be the first strikeout recorded by relief pitcher Trevor Ainsworth. On the night, McLennan now set 8 punch-outs. And here is Levi Reisenhuber for the second time this inning.
Levi Reisenhuber.
Reisenhuber got hit by a pitch to lead the inning off, stole second, and would score on the 2 RBI single by Zavala. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Reisenhuber on the night, a called 3rd strike in the 2nd inning, and his second plate appearance was this inning to lead it off. Got hit by a pitch, so he's 0 for 1. 0-1 the count, the big right-hander Trevor Ainsworth. The set, the kick, and the 0-1. That ball's hammered, left field corner. This is trouble, and it's down. 1 hops the left field fence. 1 runs in. Second run's going to be waved. Here comes the throw to the plate, and he's out at the home plate. Josiah Mackey was on a treadmill, man. I thought for sure he was going to score, and he just couldn't get the feet going fast enough. A bang-bang play at the plate, and so you get 1 RBI. That'll be a double for Reisenhuber to left field. He'll get an RBI out of that. And so Stamps came around to score, but Mackey was thrown out, and it was 7-6-2 on that play to end the inning. But what an inning it was for the Apaches. 6 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. And boy, the hit batters and the walk really killed you there if you're a McLennan fan. But the Apaches take full advantage, and it's now a 6-2 ball game, headed to the top of the 6th. Back in just a minute. All right, let's try to catch up on some of the emails here as the Langleys have checked in. Chris Langley's grandparents watching from Fort Worth, Texas, so thanks for checking in. We've had a lot of great emails tonight, and keep them coming. We're just past the halfway point here on a really nice night in Tyler. Started out at 74 degrees. Let's take a peek at what the weatherman says. 69 now here at the ballpark. And we had a cold front come through earlier this morning that precipitated some rain. And we didn't get a lot of heavy rain here, but boy, just south of here, Jacksonville, they got hammered with a lot of rain and maybe even some hail down that way earlier this morning, overnight. So,
leading off for the Highlanders, Dayton LaChance.
Here's Dayton LaChance now, third time through the lineup for the number 6 hitter. 6, 7, and 8 for McLennan as we play on here, top of 6. LaChance, a base hit to left and reached on an error. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Simon Hughes back on the mound for the Apaches. In there for a strike. That's pitch number 7 for the redshirt freshman from Livingston, Texas. Breaking pitch, chopped to third. That's going to go foul. And I'm trying to remember if I read off some of Simon Hughes' numbers here. 0-0 with a 6.35, his 7th appearance out of the bullpen. Swing and a miss. Boy, good breaking ball. And he had LaChance just wave at that thing. So that'll be strikeout number 1 for Hughes.
Now to the plate, number 7.
And
Gage
third
McLeod.
strikeout for Tyler pitching tonight. Here's Cage McLeod, the shortstop. 0 for 2, a fly ball to center. Ground ball to second base. Steps in from the left side. First pitch misses high and away with the fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, 69 right now at the ballpark. Humidity actually has increased since we started to 57%. High fly ball. And Newberry could not find it. Now he does. In right field, makes the catch for out number 2. Boy, you talk about a sick feeling in the outfield. I played most of my career in center, and there's nothing worse than looking up and not seeing anything. We are at the dusky time of night, and there's times where that ball goes up and you just can't see it. And thankfully, Newberry stayed with it and gathered it in eventually. First pitch is off the plate, ball 1. This is Ty Wade. Home run to right and a walk. Wade is 1 for 1. Hit his 8th homer over the right field wall earlier in this game. Big swing right there by Wade, fouls it straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're at the 8th spot in the McLennan lineup. And the Apaches, a 6-run 5th inning, lead it by a score of 6-2. That's in there for a strike. 1 and 2. Again, thanks for all the emails. If you haven't emailed us, let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Maybe even what the weather's like where you're at. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on. Top of 6. The wind and the pitch popped out of play over our heads. Well, the Apaches' next ball game will be at Bossier, a single 9 on Wednesday scheduled. Swing and a foul tip. Mackey can't quite hold on. As the Apaches get back into conference play, that'll be a 1 o'clock start if the weather holds at Bossier. And then they'll be back here at Mike Carter on Saturday. Again, that'll be a weather, keep an eye into the sky on Saturday. Doubleheader scheduled for 1 o'clock here at Mike Carter. That'll be our next broadcast. Full count now, the pitch. High and tight, he walked him. So after getting the first 2 outs of the inning, it'll be walk number 3 by Simon Hughes.
Now number 10, Walker
and
Freeman.
6 walks in the game for Tyler pitching. The 9-hitter is Walker Freeman, lined out to center on a web gem by Troy Johnson. And he laid down a sac bunt. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Left-handed batting right fielder. Fastball right down Broadway, strike 1. All right, shout out to Clayton Brandon from Bossier City. Kelly Brandon checking in, thanks for that. Here's the 0-1. In there for a strike, it's 0-2. Well, I don't know, there's rain chances almost every day this week, but they're much greater later in the week. So I think Wednesday we might be okay. But I'm pretty sure that Bossier's got the turf over there. Those natural surfaces have trouble with the rain. Swing and a miss, that'll do it. Second strikeout of the inning for Simon Hughes. And 4 strikeouts for Tyler pitching. No runs on no hits. One man left on base. And the Highlanders have left 6 on base. 3 of those 6 in scoring position. As we go to the bottom of inning number 6, the score is Tyler 6, McLennan 2. Back in just a minute. Well, welcome back to Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you on the call tonight. Beautiful night for baseball. It's kind of fun to play under the lights, right? Got these great lights they just put in, brand new lights here at Mike Carter Field. And I guess the newness of it, I don't know if Bill Bumpus down there has the controls to his right there, but these are the kind of lights that you can kind of, they can dance to the music. All my exes live in Texas. I'm waiting for the lights to start flickering on and off. But anyways, they put new lights in the summertime and in the early fall. And it's nice to use them once in a while. Night baseball is kind of cool. You can't do a lot in junior college because of the money involved in traveling. And you really don't want to have teams having to travel, too far, too late in the night. So most of the games are day games. But it is fun once in a while. And I know in talking with Coach Johnson before the game and also talking to Coach Edgar, who did our pregame interview for the Apaches, they were talking about the fact that it's nice to play. You're going to play some night games in playoffs. And if your hitters and pitchers have never played under the lights or haven't played much, it just helps the cause. It's just an experience thing that will help them when they do have to play in those tournaments at the end of the season. So quickly 0-2. To Grayson Linscomb. Linscomb 0 for 2, a strikeout and a fly ball to center. And Logan Harris is the new pitcher. Look out! That's a fastball. He barely gets a piece of it. It goes over towards the Apache dugout. Oh, we got some royalty in the house. Preston Caldwell, Associate Athletic Director here. And I think I saw Denny Yarborough, one of our registrar staff here. She is super fan for all Apache sports. And I also saw, let's see, who else was down there? Jordan Jones was down there earlier. And she keeps us all on our P's and Q's in WAG Gym every day of the year. So swing and a miss. That's a strikeout of Linscomb for out number 1 here in the 6th.
Now the shortstop, Nico.
That'll be first strikeout for the freshman from Kingwood. Logan Harris, 6'2", 160. Strikeout number 9 for Highlander pitching. And give you some numbers on Logan Harris. 4-0 with a 3.97 ERA. his 9th appearance, swing and a miss by Ruedis for strike 1. Harris, his 9th appearance of the year, and he has started 5 ball games, 22 2/3, 24 punch-outs to just 11 walks. Little squibber, and first baseman LaChance will flip it over to Harris. He does a Texas two-step and steps on first base for out number 2. So if you're scoring at the house, that goes 3-1. Little PFP there.
Gabe Flores.
Pitcher's fielding practice paying off there, and the ball went off the end of the bat. Mr. Umpire doing his job by getting that ball out of play in case it's got a nice little scuff in it. And now stepping in for the Apaches with 2 outs, Gabe Flores, the 9-hitter. So after batting around with 10 batters last inning, the Apaches' first 2 batters are out here in the 6th. And that slider sails off the plate for ball 1. Flores, a strikeout and a walk. He's 0 for 1 tonight. The 1-0 pitch popped out of play to the right side. Well, it's such a comfortable evening tonight. You got, you got a few hoodies, but a lot of people with T-shirts and shorts on. Very comfortable. It's been a while since we've been able to just really enjoy a warmer, cool night, if that makes sense, where you don't need the jacket or the blanket out here. And it's going to get a little warmer as the week progresses here in East Texas. I think most of the days are going to be upper 70s, low 80s, which is above normal for this time of year. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs and nobody aboard. Swing and a miss. Boy, a little heater. And Flores is tardy on that one. 6-2 Apaches, a 6-run 5th inning. Have staked them to a 4-run lead here. We're in the bottom of the 6th. That ball is drilled, and that's halfway to downtown Tyler, but way foul. Flores way out in front of that pitch. We'll go back to work with a 2-2 count. Well, McLennan has used 4 pitchers, and the Apaches have used 4 pitchers as well. That pitch just misses. Full count. For McLennan, it's been Bowers, Doty, Ainsworth, and now Logan Harris. Trying to finish up this 6th inning. Here's the payoff. And foul, just got a piece of it. Flores stays alive. The Apaches started Dylan Davenport, and it was Roman Tolbert, Jake White, and Simon Hughes. We're in the bottom of the 6th. McLennan 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors. Tyler 6, 5, and 1. Double check that. Yeah, that's not how they scored it. Swing and a miss. We'll see where the discrepancy is, but it's a strikeout of Flores, and that'll be the 2nd strikeout by relief pitcher Logan Harris. That's 10 strikeouts now for McLennan pitching. And we're headed to the 7th inning. It's almost time to stretch it out at the ballpark. Tyler 6, McLennan 2. Back in a minute. All right, a big shout out to soon to be Dr. Renee Johnson. Well, I can relate to those days. I told my players and anyone who will listen, I went to college for 16 years, starting with my junior college days in Northeast Ohio. In the fall of 1980, I started my college and finished my PhD at Texas A&M in December of 1996. So that's 16 years of college. But it was worth it. Fly ball out of play to the right side, strike one. Top of the lineup for McLennan, Marcus Smith for the fourth time. Last time up, hit a deep fly ball to right, got a sac fly and an RBI. He's 1 for 2 officially tonight. A 1 pitch is off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Still on the mound is Simon Hughes, the redshirt freshman out of Livingston. Came on with 2 outs in the 5th inning. He's back out there for the Apaches. Another fly ball to the right side out of play. So thanks for checking in, Miss Johnson. Taking a break from her PhD work, boy, I can relate to that. So appreciate the nice remarks. Yeah, awful good to hear from you down in Corpus Christi, rooting for Troy, the center fielder for the Apaches. Ground ball foul, third base side. Oh, that's an error. Tyler Johnson just had an error in the third base coach's box. Appreciate the effort, though. He tried to make the play. A lot of coaches just let that ball zoom by them. He's got the short sleeve pullover on tonight. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Got him. Boy, that was up in the zone and might have chased a ball. Smith is out on the strikeout. And for Hughes, that'll be his 3rd strikeout of his outing tonight. 5 punch-outs for Tyler pitching now. Here's Spencer Butt, the second baseman. 2 walks on the night for Butt and a ground ball to second. He's 0 for 1. So, Ms. Johnson, thanks for checking in on the email. First pitch is in there for a strike. One ball, 1 strike. 1 out, nobody aboard. We're in the top of the 7th. It's almost time to stretch it out at the ballpark, Bill. That's your cue. Take me out to the ball game. We want to hear it here at the ballpark. Every once in a while, our PA guy will skip that. High pop-up, shallow left field, and now it's going to be Ruedas ranging out. The shortstop will make the play. F6 if you're scoring at the house. 2 up and 2 down in the McLennan 7th inning. Here's McLean Helton for the 4th time. Ground ball to short, strikeout, and a walk. He's 0 for 2. Highlanders center fielder. First pitch in there, strike 1. Thanks for the nice remarks, Lacey Helton. Boy, Hunter Pence baseball. You know, our athletic director and former player of mine, Doug Wren, played with Hunter Pence in high school, Arlington High School. He's the guy that started that goofy high pants trend. Not a fan. I'm old school. Fly ball well hit to left. As it stays fair, it's trouble, but it's going to curve foul right down into that Highlander bullpen area. Boy, that had double written all over it. And Helton will have to come back to home plate. Are you? Okay. Well, I know I played for the Cincinnati Reds, and we got fined if we didn't have our pants rolled up at the knees and the stirrups down to the ankles. And our shoes shined to absolutely a spit and shine. You got fined if that wasn't just so. So, well, I never got fined, so I always had them done. That's a strikeout. You throw it down to first, and ball gets away. They're going to call interference. And the base runner was in the baseline, so that'll end the 7th inning. 4th strikeout recorded by Hughes. 6 strikeouts for Tyler pitching. It's a 1-2-3 7th for Simon. It's time to stretch it out the ballpark. Boy, get off the couch, get off the lazy boy chair. Stretch it out at home. We're stretching it out here in Tyler. 6-2 Apaches.
Now pitching for the Highlanders, number 16, A.J. Ripley. Leading off the bottom of the seventh for the Apaches, the second baseman, Zach Zavala.
All right, Zach Zavala will lead it off for the Apaches. Top of their lineup. Got a new pitcher from McLennan, A.J. Ripley, 6'2", 220, a left-handed freshman out of Richardson, Texas. And Zavala will take ball one. Get you some numbers on the new pitcher here momentarily. Boy, that hit the umpire. He's not happy. Never good when you hit Mr. Umpire back there, I'll just tell you. He kind of stood up quickly and might have grunted a little bit. Now let's see about Mr. Ripley here. Hard hit ball to third base. Ty Wade on one hop, long throw, and nicely done there for out number one. Well, he hit squarely, and Wade made a nice play and a good throw. Okay, so for A.J. Ripley, 0-0 with a 21.94 ERA. Seventh appearance of the year for Ripley, and he actually does have one start under his belt. 5 1/3 innings. There's the bunt. Boy, tough play here for Wade. Catch and throw on the run. Not going to get him. That's a hit. Infield single for Newberry. And on the bunt, he'll reach first base with one out here in the seventh. Apache's looking to add to a 6-2 lead.
Now
in 5 1/3 innings for Ripley, he's got 5 strikeouts and 7 walks. So the new pitcher, a freshman out of Richardson, Texas, A.J. Ripley, big left-hander. And now it's Landry Stamps for the 4th time through the lineup. First pitch, thought he went, and a home plate umpire agrees, strike one. Stamps struck out swinging in the first, flew out to left in the 4th, RBI single to right field in that 6-run 5th inning. And that's the difference in this game tonight. Apaches brought 10 batters to the plate and scored 6 runs. And really the story of that inning, boy, they almost got the runner, was 2 hit batters and a walk, loaded the bases, and then you follow that up with 3 base hits in a row, a 2-run single, a 2-run double, and an RBI single by Landry Stamps. And just like that, the Apaches put 6 on the board. The 0-1. Little looper into left center. That's trouble. It's going to find a hole. So he kind of got jammed and just kind of muscled it out there to shallow left center field. So Stamps will get his second hit in 4 trips to the plate here. 2 on, 1 out. Josiah Mackey. And last time up, we thought it might be scored an error, but it was actually out of the dugout, scored a hit. So Josiah 1 for 1 tonight. And on the line score, McLennan 2-3-2, Tyler 6-8-1. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1. So thanks for checking in, Lacey Helton. Appreciate the kind remarks. And keep those emails coming. It's awful fun to hear from you guys about the players in this game. We can start saying more about the players. All we got is rosters and stats, which does help the cause, but it's awful nice to hear from the family members. And if you got anything you want to share about somebody that's playing tonight, let us know. We'll try to keep it G-rated here. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Mackey. Swing and a miss. 1-2. All right, so Matt and Hannah rooting for Finn and the Apaches from near Seattle. Cloudy and 52. Watching the next 4 home games in person. Nice. So safe travels to Tyler, and I think that hit him, didn't it? Hit batter is going to load the bases here in the 7th. So bases full of Tyler Apaches for Troy Johnson. And A.J. Gortia is going to go out and have a little chat with relief pitcher A.J. Ripley. And you got activity in the McLennan bullpen. Apaches trying to add to a 4-run lead here in the 7th. McLennan has won the first 2 games of this 4-game.
Troy Johnson.
I don't know if you call it a series or not, but on 4 non-consecutive Mondays, these 2 clubs have matched up or will match up. The Highlanders won 8-7 on the 17th. Apaches traveled to Waco and lost 12-6 on the 24th. And here we are 1 week later, the Apaches trying to win the 3rd game of this 4-game set. And then they'll play again in Waco. Let's see when that game is later in the season. Pop fly out of play right side. Quickly 0-2 on Troy Johnson. The 28th of April, so it'll be almost a month between these 2 teams' game tonight. And that's another night game in Waco, 6 o'clock start on Monday the 28th. So Apaches can hold on here. They'll have a chance to even the series on the year. Ground ball to second, this should do it. And you flip it to short for 1, and not in time to get the double play. But you thought that might end the inning there, and a speedy Troy Johnson beats it out. So it will go 4-6 on the fielder's choice. Johnson will get an RBI. Out at second is Mackey. And over to third goes Stamps, and coming home with run number 7 is Preston Newberry. So the new score 7-2 now, a 5-run lead, and now it's Levi Reisenhoover. Reisenhoover 1 for 2, a strikeout, a hit batter, and a RBI double. And the throw over, Johnson will try to get to second base somewhere in this at bat if it goes long enough. Apaches trying to provide some more cushion for the late innings here. They have a 5-run lead. Johnson already out to a pretty aggressive lead at first. Boy, almost a balk there. You got to come to that discernible pause. And Ripley, he almost did a toe tap with that front foot. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, 2 aboard. Runners on the corners. Johnson at first. Landry Stamps at third. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside, 2-0. A.J. Ripley is the 5th pitcher of the night for the Highlanders. It was Bowers, Doty, Ainsworth, Harris, and now A.J. Ripley, the freshman from Richardson. Apaches have extended their lead to 7-2 with a single run here in the 7th. Swing and a miss, 2-1. James, thanks for checking in. Matt and Hannah rooting for Finn in Seattle. Hannah Karzewski. So we've had some really good interaction on the emails. If you haven't checked in, still got a couple innings, so let us know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. We are supposed to get some weather this week in East Texas, so both games later in the week are going to be on these artificial surfaces, so hopefully there'll be some windows to get those games in. Single game at Bossier on Wednesday, doubleheader here at Tyler on Saturday. Breaking pitch catches a corner, it's a full count. We're at the 6th position, Levi Reisenhoover, 4th time through. So now you will have Troy Johnson on the move here with a full count and 2 outs. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. So strikeout, first strikeout of the night for A.J. Ripley, but the Apaches do get another run, and we'll go to the 8th inning with a new score. Here in Tyler, Texas, the Apaches 7 and the Highlanders 2. Back in just a minute. You're watching Tyler Baseball on ApacheAthletics.com. Top of the 8th inning, the Apaches have gone to their bullpen once again. And the new pitchers, Austin Shirley, 5'11", 180, a right-handed freshman out of Cypress, Texas. That's down in the Houston area. He'll take over for Simon Hughes.
A.J. Gautier at the plate.
7-2 our score. 4, 5, and 6 for the Highlanders. A.J. Gautier for the 4th time, a ground ball to third. Strikeout swinging and a walk. He'll be 0 for 2 tonight. Faces the freshman, Austin Shirley. Austin Shirley, let's just see about this. Oh and 2 with a 15.95 ERA. This will be his 6th appearance of the year. He does have one start under his belt. Next pitch in there for a strike is 2-2. Shirley, 7 1/3 innings pitched for Tyler. He has struck out 2 and walked 7. New pitcher, a right-handed freshman from Cypress, Texas, Austin Shirley. Just missed on the 2-2 pitch. Well, I couldn't have taken that with 2 strikes. And Gautier gets the call. Top of the 8th, nobody on, nobody out. 7-2 Tyler. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss, got him. Strikeout number 7 for Tyler pitching. First strikeout for Shirley. And there's one out here in the 8th. Here's Daniel Hardin. Hardin 0 for 3, a couple of ground balls to third and a liner to right. All right, thank you for the kind remarks, Mr. Ainsworth. I have fun with that no-hitter, okay? I say it every game, first hit, first base runner. There goes the perfect game, there goes the no-hitter. So appreciate that's probably kind of an interesting way of hearing it, but I've called a couple of no-hitters over the years here, but not many. And I always try to make note of that first hit of the ball game. And for the Highlanders, it was in the 2nd inning. Dayton LaChance got the first hit of the night after the starter, Dylan Davenport, had retired 5 in a row in the first 2 innings. And, of course, the Apaches got their first hit in the 1st inning. So Newberry broke up the no-hitter after 1 at bat. So wasn't much drama tonight here at the ballpark, but try to make note of those things when they happen. 3 balls and 1 strike to the 5-hitter Daniel Hardin. Well-hit ball to second, but Zavala vacuums that thing up, throws it over to Flores, and there's 2 outs. Here's Dayton LaChance for the 4th time. 1 for 3 on the night. Base hit to left, reached on an error by the shortstop, struck out swinging. 2-3-2 for McLennan. 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors. Tyler, 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Well hit ball to short, backhanded by Ruedis, on his feet to throw. Got him! Boy, put a star by that one. That's a web gem by shortstop Nico Ruedis, and it's a 1-2-3 8th inning for Austin Shirley. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Tyler 7 and McLennan 2. Back in just a minute. All right, couple of changes as we go to the bottom of inning number 8.
Charlie Kincaid,
And the new pitcher for McLennan, 6'4", 235, a right-handed freshman from Austin, Texas. Charlie Kincaid. And Kincaid will be the 6th pitcher of the night for McLennan on the year. Kincaid outing number 4, 0-0 with an 18.00 ERA. 4 innings pitched. He has struck out 2 and walked 2.
Leading off for the Apaches.
And the Apaches will have a pinch hitter.
James Rasek.
James Rasek will be the pinch hitter. He will hit in the 7th spot for Grayson Linscomb, the DH. So Rasek will step in from the left side. So Linscomb now out of the ball game. Will end this night 0 for 3. And it's Rasek getting a pinch hit here in a 7-2 ball game, bottom of the 8th. From the stretch, the big right-hander, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Well, appreciate the emails. Keep them coming. Got a couple, depending on how this game goes, we're coming down the home stretch here. Bottom of the 8th inning. And that ball's fouled straight back, 0-2. McLennan has used 6 pitchers. The Apaches, 5 pitchers, and we'll probably see, we got another right-hander heating up in their bullpen, so we'll probably see another arm in the 9th. Here's the 0-2 from Kincaid. Off the plate. 1-2 strikes. For the Highlanders, after tonight's ball game, they will play Wednesday a doubleheader, a home game against Hill College, noon start in Waco. Here's the 1-2. Up the middle, boy, off the leg of Kincaid. He'll get to his feet and make a nice play. Good recovery by Charlie Kincaid. That ball right back at him, and it went off his leg. They're going to make sure he's all right. And Mr. Umpire's out there to check on him. And he appears to be fine. Here's Nico Ruedis.
Now batting number 33, Nico Ruedis.
Yeah, how about that guy in the basketball game last night? Why he was in the game at the end is beyond me as a coach. He was playing one-armed basketball. Did you see that? Well, he fell, he went out, he did the Willis Reed thing. He went out, he went to the locker room, he kind of hyperextended his knee and hyperextended his elbow, his right arm, and then he comes back in. He had like almost 30 points in the game, so he was a big contributor. Ground ball, third base side, foul. But then the coach put him back in, and it was like the game could have gone either way right to the end. I was a little surprised he was in there because he couldn't move as well as he could earlier in the game. And, you know, to his credit, he nailed a key 3 to give his team a emotional lift. But anyways, it was just, I was surprised he went back in after getting injured. But he's one of their leaders, and the coach wanted him on the floor, and I guess he wanted to be on the floor. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nico Ruedis. His name is escaping right now. He's a guy from Auburn. Here's the 1-2. In there for a strike. Mr. Umpire, I think, forgot there was strike 3 there. He delayed his punch out. And that'll be the first strikeout of the night for Charlie Kincaid.
Now the first baseman, Gabe Flores.
Boy, the McLennan pitchers have racked up 12 strikeouts in this game. And here comes Peter Stark. He has not made nearly as many trips to the mound tonight as he did a couple weeks ago. But that might be all for Kincaid. We'll see if he's going to get the ball from him or not. He is going to take him out. The dugout knows he's coming out. We'll have a new pitcher from McLennan. We'll let you know who it is when we return. All right, McLennan, their 7th pitcher of the night, second arm here in the 8th inning. 6 foot 190, a left-handed freshman out of Fredericksburg, Texas, Drake Threadgill. And for Threadgill, it'll be outing number 5 of the season. He's 1-0 with a 4.50 ERA. 4 innings pitched. He has struck out 3 and walked 2. And the new pitcher, a freshman out of Fredericksburg, Texas, Drake Threadgill. So he's on to try to get this final out in the bottom of the 8th. The Apaches lead 7-2. The 9-hitter, Gabe Flores, stepping in for the 4th time. Couple of strikeouts and a walk for Flores. He has scored a run. 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch, going to miss high, ball 1. So as we were talking earlier, the Highlanders will have a 4-game series against Hill College. The first 2 at Waco and the second 2 on Saturday are going to be in Hillsboro. And so, again, conference play will call both these teams Wednesday and Saturday the coming week. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And if you remember, we talked about Hill College is 6-6 right now, right in the middle of the pack. But in the loss column, you got 5 teams within 1 loss of the first place Weatherford Coyotes. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, got him. And that will do it for the Apaches here in inning number 8. First strikeout for Threadgill, strikeout number 13 for Highlander pitching tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Tyler Apaches here in the 8th inning. We're going to the 9th. And the Apaches holding a 5-run lead. And it'll be 7, 8, and 9 for McLennan. We're going to have a new pitcher for the Apaches. We'll let you know who it is when we come back. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. And new pitcher for the Apaches, 6'4", 205, a right-handed freshman from Wiley, Texas. Brady Baker taking over for Austin Shirley. The 6th pitcher of the night for Tyler. Swing and a foul tip at home plate, strike 1. Cage McLeod. Shortstop, 0 for 3 tonight. Fly ball to center, ground ball to second, fly ball to right. 0 for 3 on the night. The 0-1. Check swing, thought he went. and it's called a strike. So Brady Baker on the year, 1-0 with a 2.70 ERA. This is his 6th appearance of the year. That ball misses low. Does not have a start. All of the 6 appearances out of the bullpen. 6 2/3 innings, 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. Opposing batters hitting .233 off the freshman from Wiley, Texas, Brady Baker. Trying to close it out for the Apaches. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The wind and the pitch. Just off the plate. Full count. Apaches trying to get win number 21 of the year against 16 losses. Highlanders 22-10 on the year. And a leadoff walk here in the 9th. So, boy, you haven't had many walks in total here. Well, I say that, but the Apaches have just walked their 7th batter of the night. It hasn't seemed like there's been a lot of free passes. Here's Ty Wade for the 4th time. Couple of walks and a solo home run to the opposite way. 1 for 1. Wade has scored twice and driven 1 in. First pitch in there, strike 1. He gave the Highlanders a 1-0 lead back in the 3rd inning. They had a 2-0 lead before the Apaches put 6 on the board in the 5th. And that pitch, boy, pretty good spot there. Called a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7-8-9 for McLennan here in the 9th inning. They trail by 5, 7-2. That one's way off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Walker Freeman is swinging a bat in the on-deck circle. He's the 9th hitter. 2-1 from Baker. Outside corner, 2-2. Well, McLennan is about 131 miles from Tyler. 2 hours and 28 minutes according to Google. And that's about perfect. I've driven that many times. Swing and a miss, got him. First strikeout for Brady Baker. Tyler pitchers 8 punch-outs now on the night. Walker Freeman, the 9-hitter, will step in from the left side. 4th plate appearance. Lined out to center. Laid down a sac bunt. Struck out swinging. 0 for 2 tonight. Yeah, you can't get to Waco in too much under 2.5. Especially the snail's pace through Corsicana. They didn't. I don't know if they have a turning lane yet, but they used to not have a turning lane. And boy, if you got behind someone, you were stuck. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That's going to sail outside. 1-1. Next pitch, that's fouled off to the left side. That's into the McLennan bullpen in the left field corner. Ball, 2 strikes. Well, if you look at the forecast, tomorrow is going to be another nice day. 83 the high, sunny. But when you start Wednesday, 60% chance of rain on Wednesday. Ground ball, foul, first base side. Count remains 1-2. So 60% rain on Wednesday, high of 78. 83 on Thursday, 70% chance on Thursday. 75% on Friday, 80% on Saturday. So that's why I say, boy, you better keep an eye and stay in communication with your ball player, because you just don't know when those windows to play. Boy, great changeup right there. Struck him out swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brady Baker, freshman from Wiley. And the Highlanders down to their last out. Top of the lineup, Marcus Smith. 1 for 3 on the night. Singled back in the 3rd inning. He had a sacrifice fly and an RBI in the 5th, and we might see another pitcher here. Coach Doe taking a slow walk to the mound. Brady Baker And they got someone in the bullpen right now, and I'm wondering, he's out there going to have a chat. I mean, I got to believe you're making a change here. With 1 out remaining in this ballgame and a 5-run lead, Mr. Umpire is going to make his way out to the mound, and not unlike the Highlanders did last inning, the Apaches may want to get another arm in this game. It's a non-conference game. It's a chance to get, Coach Doe's going to stay with them. A little surprised that he didn't make a change there, but they're going to stay with the freshman from Wiley, Brady Baker. See if he can get this last out. I don't know if he saw something there or what, but made the visit with 2 outs in the 9th in a 5-run game. Next pitch. And that's outside, ball 1. Top of the lineup for the Highlanders. And there's a solid fastball for a strike. Highlanders are on a 5-game winning streak. So if they cannot mount a comeback here, that would snap that streak. Ground ball, this should do it. Stamps at third, gobbles it up, throws it across, gets away. And boy, what a nice night Landry Stamps has had. And that throw just short-armed it over to Flores. And it'll be an E5 to extend this inning. So McLeod will end up at third base. Marcus Smith at first, 2 outs. Here's the 2-hitter, Spencer Butt. Couple of walks, a ground out and a pop-up for Butts, 0 for 2. For the Highlanders second baseman. First pitch, off the plate, ball 1. Well, you never like to see that kind of stuff happen toward the end of a ball game. You want to finish with some clean defense, but the inning will be continued. And there's a fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. Two runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors for McLennan. 7 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Apaches. And that's going to miss low. So one of the things that jumps out at me, just only 3 hits on the night for the Highlanders. And boy, what a nice job by 6 different Apache pitchers of scattering just 3 hits. In there for a strike. It's 2-2. Down to your last strike here. Got Deuces Wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. 7-2 our score, bottom of the 9th. The pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. Your ball game.
That's the end of the ball game with the Apaches defeating the Highlanders 7-2.
That'll be, boy, he struck out the side there. And that would be the 10th strikeout of this ball game.
Have a matchup and a doubleheader against Bossier Parish Community College.
Your final line score.
1 p.m.
McLennan, 2 runs on 3 hits, and they commit 2 errors. The Apaches, 7 runs, 8 hits, and they commit 2 errors. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up. Sure do appreciate all the feedback on the email. We'll go through the box scores here, let you know who some of the stars are of the game.
Thanks again for your attendance, and drive home safely.
The scoring started in the 3rd inning, and it was McLennan that would start the scoring off. Number 8 hitter Ty Ward hits his 8th of the year to right field the opposite way, and it was 1-0 McLennan after 2.5 innings. The Apaches could not match that. We go to the 4th, and neither team scored in their half of the 4th inning. We go to the 5th inning. McLennan would add their lead on a sacrifice fly by leadoff hitter Marcus Smith, F9, and he would score Ty Wade, who at that point had scored both runs for the Highlanders. It was 2-0 McLennan after 4.5. But then the Apaches, the big inning of this ball game, they brought 10 batters to the plate, and would score 6 runs in the inning. And, boy, the key part of that inning was 2 hit batters and a walk in the first 4 batters of that inning. Reisenhover would get hit by a pitch. Then Lincecum would fly out to center field. Ruedas would get hit, and Flores would draw the walk. The bases were loaded with only 1 out. And then the hit parade by the top of the lineup. Zach Zavala, a 2-run single. Preston Newberry, a 2-run double. And Landry Stamps, RBI single to right field. And that would be a key part of this ball game. Obviously, the key inning for the Apaches, a 6-run 5th inning. And that would give the Apaches at that point a 6-2 lead. And again, that would be all they would need. They would add another run. Nobody scores in the 6th inning. In the 7th inning, the Apaches would add an insurance run on a routine ground out by Troy Johnson to second base. He beat out the double play that would have ended the inning. And it would score Preston Newberry from third base. And that would be all the scoring the Apaches would need. Your final line score, 7 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors for the Apaches. Boy, what a nice job by the Apache pitching staff. They scatter 3 hits over 9 innings. The Highlanders, 2 runs, 3 hits, and they committed 2 errors on the evening as well. So let's look at the box score here and give you some stars of the game for the McLennan Highlanders. Yeah, let's get this in order here. Let's see. You didn't have, and this is, you kind of think with only 3 hits, nobody had more than 1 hit on the night. Marcus Smith, 1 for 4 with an RBI in that leadoff spot. Dayton LaChance was 1 for 4 on the night. And Ty Wade was 1 for 2, and that's it. That's 3 hits on the night. Wade would score 2 of the, he scored both the runs. And one of them was on a home run. The other one was on that sac fly. So Wade would score both runs. Ty Wade. He also homered in this game and drove in a run. So, boy, not a lot to speak of on the offensive side of things, and that's a tip of the cap to the Apache pitchers. And we'll go over their numbers here in a moment. On the pitching side for McLennan, you started out with Hawk Bowers. He went 3 complete innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, and he struck out 6 Apaches, an impressive outing. His first start of the year after Bowers had his 9th appearance. He had 8 out of the bullpen until tonight. And so Bowers' quality start goes 3 innings and strikes out 6 Apaches. Then it was Stevie Doty for an inning and a third. He gave up 1 hit, 4 runs. All 4 were earned. And he walked 1 and struck out 1. Then it was Trevor Ainsworth for 2/3 of an inning. Ainsworth gave up 4 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. He struck out a batter. And he would face 5 hitters in his outing tonight. Logan Harris was next. He threw a complete inning. No hits, no runs. He struck out 2 Apaches and facing just 3 hitters. Then it was A.J. Ripley for 1 inning. He gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was an earned run. He also struck out 1 Apache. He faced 6 hitters in his outing tonight. Then it was Charlie Kincaid for 2/3 of an inning. And Kincaid, no hits, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. And then it was Drake Threadgill getting the final out in the bottom of the 8th. And he would strike out 1 batter, and he only faced 1 in his outing tonight. So you use 7 pitchers for McLennan, and they would end up striking out 13 Apaches. And they would end up walking just 1, a couple of hit batters. But that 1 inning, you had 3 free passes, 2 hit batters, and a walk. Opened up the floodgates for the top of the Apache lineup. And so there's your box score numbers for McLennan. For the Apaches, let's walk you through this. There's a lot more numbers to look at here. Zach Zavala in that leadoff spot, 1 for 4, a run scored. Zavala drove in 2 tonight. Preston Newberry, 3 for 4 tonight, couple of runs scored, and 2 RBI. So there's your star of the game offensively for the Apaches, Preston Newberry. A really nice night at the plate. Landry Stamps also had a nice night, 2 for 4. He scored one and drove one in. Josiah Mackey came off the bench, 1 for 1 tonight. Levi Reisenhoover, 1 for 3 night, scored one and drove one in. And that would be about it for the offense for the Apaches. But, boy, let's look at the pitching. Dylan Davenport, 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run. It was an earned run. He walked 1, struck out 1. And then it was Roman Tolbert for 1 complete inning. Did not give up a hit, no runs. He struck out 1. Jake White came on for 2/3 of an inning. No hits, 1 run. It was an earned run. He walked 3 and did not strike out a batter. He faced 5 Highlander batters tonight. Simon Hughes came on for 2 1/3. No hits, no runs. He walked 2, struck out 4 McLennan batters, facing 9 hitters. Austin Shirley came on for an inning next. No hits, no runs. He did not walk a batter. He had 1 strikeout. And finishing up for the Apaches was Brady Baker. And Baker would come on for 1 complete inning, no hits, no runs. He would walk 1, and he would strike out 3 batters. He struck out the side in the 9th inning. So Brady Baker doing a nice job in relief, as did all the pitchers. They scattered just 3 hits against a really nice hitting club. And so let's go through some of the wins and losses here. The Apaches, by winning this game, will take their overall record to 21-16. And, of course, this is not a conference game, so they'll stay 7-11 in conference play. But it's a nice win for the Apaches against the number 20 team in the country, as the Highlanders' overall record now will drop to 22-11. And, of course, they will stay at 10-6 in conference play. The Highlanders are in 2nd place in the North Texas Junior College Athletic Conference. The Apaches trying to work their way up from 6th place as they'll play 3 games this week. 1 o'clock start at Bossier, weather permitting, on Wednesday, and then a doubleheader right back here at Mike Carter. That'll be scheduled to be our next broadcast. Boy, stay in touch with your ball players. With the weather this week, you just don't know what's going to happen here in the next 4 or 5 days. But right now, it doesn't look great on the weather. Both those facilities, Tyler and Bossier, I think are turf. The McLennan Highlanders will play against Hill College, doubleheader Wednesday at Waco, then a doubleheader Saturday down at Hillsboro. And so the winning pitcher today, let's just see about this. And we're going to have to make a decision here. I'll make a decision from my seat, but we'll have to double check the dugout here. But your starting pitcher was Dylan Davenport. He did not go far enough in this game to earn the win. And so I think you're probably going to maybe give it to Simon Hughes. And so I'm going to assign it to Simon Hughes at this point. We'll see how the dugout feels about that. And so if you look at let's go to Simon Hughes' numbers on the year. And let's just see about this here. Simon Hughes, that would be his first win of the year. He would go to 1-0. No save in order, as the final was 7-2. Your losing pitcher, now let's see who was in there in the 5th. It's going to be Stevie Doty. So Doty will take the loss. And let's see what Doty's numbers are here. Doty will take his first loss of the year. He will drop to 0-1. And so there's your pitching numbers on the evening. And so that will wrap things up for a Monday night ball game. I got a key here. I can lock it up. So the Apaches get the win over number 20 McLennan Highlanders. Certainly a big shout out to all of you who sent out some emails, including Mr. Greg Harris, who just got one in. But appreciate the kind remarks by all of you guys. happy to see his boy Logan Harris pitch in the 6th inning. And he gives us his best wishes. So thanks for D-Bat Humble. All right, very good. So thanks, Mr. Harris, for checking in here right at the end of this ball game. Thanks for all of you and your great feedback all evening. It's awful nice to know that our pictures and commentary is getting out there loud and clear. But lots of thank yous here as we wind this one up. And we had some royalty at the ballpark. Our athletic director, Doug Wren, who played for me and was the baseball coach for about 15 years, has taken over as athletic director here this summer. But he was just up here turning off the music and helping us get things situated before the ball game. And so we'll look at our thank you card here and make sure we give all the credit to the folks that are on board. Athletic Director Doug Wren, and let's see who else. Associate Athletic Director is Preston Caldwell. He was in attendance tonight. And, of course, Tyler Roman, our Assistant AD for Sports Information. Boy, she does such a great job telling all the stories of the coaches and players in our athletic department. So a big shout-out to Tyler and Preston and Doug Wren for being the leaders that they are in our athletic department. And, of course, well, the person that keeps us all in line is Jordan Jones, and she was out here tonight, administrative assistant. So glad she made it out to the ballpark tonight. Nolan Jondal's normally our stat guy. I'm not sure who was on the stats in the dugout today, but a big shout-out to them. And we had Bill Bumpus on the PA. Thanks to Bill for what he does in doing a great job, and the Prex Box crew. I'm not exactly sure who was on the scoreboard tonight, but did a great job. This is Dr. John Groth signing off from Tyler, Texas at Mike Carter Field. The Apaches get a victory over the McLennan Highlanders by a score of 7-2. So long, everybody.